I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see.
That's what intense tennis is.
I mean, let's give it a chance to it,
Welcome everyone to the Electric Owl Studios in Atlanta, Georgia, where global giants like Disney, Netflix, HBO, Warner Brothers, and many more bring their stories to life. But today, inside Stage 3, it's not just another story being told, it's a whole new chapter in the sport of tennis. Welcome to the Intense League. Hello everyone, I'm J.Y. Bona and I'll be your host for today, and we have week 3 in this bold new era of tennis where men and women compete together in a fast-paced format where in-game substitutions create a true team environment that tennis has never seen before. And this weekend, 3 major storylines will take center stage. First, coming up at 2 p.m., we have the challenge team taking on Jacksonville, where all eyes are on Sam Nicholson, who's been the clear front runner for league MVP. Can he be the marathon man once again and lead his team to victory? Tonight at 7 p.m., Atlanta takes on our host Tampa, where Atlanta's riding high after a huge Week 2 performance thanks to the return of their head coach back at the helm. But was the Marcelo effect just a flash of brilliance or the start of something real? Then tomorrow at 2 p.m. to wrap things up, Tampa hosts Jacksonville in a revenge matchup from Week 1, where Tampa was furious with their Week 1 performance. They've reloaded, retooled, brought in some key pieces, and they're ready to serve up a different outcome. We'll see how all things unfold this weekend, but before we get there, we have to talk about the challenge team as they're going to be coming up at 2 p.m. Cherish Henry, Alessandra Crump, Adriana Rimi, Danny Muminovic, Kellen Simmons, Naoto Tomizawa, and there's nobody better to talk about these players, this team, and what they're going through than one of our former guest coaches of the challenge team, Jesse Levine himself.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back. I see some familiar names on that challenge team. They're going to definitely have a little bit more experience compared to when I was coaching them, so I'm excited to watch them today.
Yeah, and talk about that, Jesse, because how much of an impact is that? Because now the full-time rostered players that we have on Tampa, Jacksonville, and Atlanta, they're now practicing in this every day. But some of these people, when they come in, they make it through the challenge series. Now it's their first time. They do have limited experience. But this time, unfortunately for you, you didn't have that, but now we have some key pieces that have the experience. How will that affect them today?
I feel like you did that on purpose because I'm a Florida Gator, so you took it out on me. But I'll tell you what, I mean, look, you see Daniel warming up there. Before he played his first point, I put him in first because he had won the challenge tournament before to get onto the team, and I felt like he was the most confident player going into it. And when he came up getting ready for game time, he said, hey, Jess, I'm really nervous right now. Like, tell me, what do I need to do? And I expect big things from him because he's very talented. And last time that he played, he was very nervous. And now, second time around, definitely the experience and the feeling of playing in this format is definitely going to be an advantage for him. And I saw Kellen on there as well. Kellen actually lost in the qualifying last time, so it'll be interesting to see how he handles it as well. But excited to see some familiar names out there.
Yeah, and then the impact of Naoto Tomizawa, who's getting ready to play the Junior U.S. Opens in a couple weeks. The interesting part for him is he's up against the current coach he's working with, in Claudio Pistolesi. There's going to be a little bit of chess match there.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, look, if you're a coach, you definitely know your players' tendencies, that's for sure. So maybe he'll try and do some things that he's not, totally comfortable with doing. And that'll be up to Coach John Stokey to see if he can kind of bring those elements out of his game today to kind of throw Coach Claudio off. But obviously, Claudio's been doing an incredible job with him. So for him to qualify for the challenge team, it says a lot. And you told me you saw him play yesterday and that he was extremely impressive. So looking to see big things from him as well.
Yeah, and we have to talk about Alessandra Crump, who you know, interestingly enough for her, she had played some of the matches already for Team Tampa, was not selected before the season started to play, but then took it upon herself to make it through the Challenge Series. What a show of just mental toughness there.
She played really well against the challenge team last week when she got her call to play. So I think, you know, her getting through the challenge to get onto the challenge team and having to play those matches probably just boosted her confidence even more. So I'm expecting if she gets to see some good playing time today, that she's been in that moment before. And that really says a lot about this format, JY. We talked about it time and time again. The more that you're in that situation, the more comfortable you start feeling. You and I played a bolt for fun as well, and that was definitely different to getting used to. And I think the next time we play will be even better.
Yeah, and then just one final part, like we talk about that Challenge Series, you know, as we see the Jacksonville team right there, is that, you know, what an opportunity for these players, right, that weren't selected or, you know, didn't get the opportunity to be on a roster to prove themselves that they do belong in the pro leagues.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're the underdogs, right? So you're coming out from the bullpen and you got the green light to swing for the fences. So no pressure on you as a challenge team. You can really go for the 2-point winners throughout the bolts and everything. So I think it'll be really good to see how Coach Jonathan Stokey kind of deals with his team. Getting to know them for the first time in the last couple of days. Obviously, seeing them play is definitely a big help. I'll be really interested to see his strategy going into today's.
Awesome. Well, Jesse, thank you for giving us some time. You're going to join us back later at 2 p.m. for the match. We're going to go take a look at how we got here in week 1 and week 2.
Looking forward to it.
This week is the first time we're in this INTENNSE Arena.
Super excited about it.
Everything's neon, everything's lighting up under the purple lights.
It's like a basketball arena.
You feel like you're playing for someone much way bigger than yourself?
First time stepping on the court is going to be crazy.
There's definitely going to be intensity and energy.
Let's go!
Coming in as a challenger and beating Team Atlanta men was something that I wanted to do all day. Shutting some of these fans up has been the best thing for me.
Yes, I expected to beat Team Atlanta today.
They just did well, and they played the conditions better than us today.
It was an intense match.
Maybe it didn't go exactly as planned. Credit to Jacksonville.
Sam came out, started on fire.
Kudos to Sam. He started insane.
I just tried my hardest, and I got the win today.
Intense League! Get there! Get at it!
I was feeding off the crowd.
This is what, honestly, a lot of us tennis players and competitors live to play in.
That was the most fun tennis match I've ever played in my life.
I'm gonna get back when I feel when I feel like.
Jacksonville will be taking the W today.
When I feel like.
So happy. Opening weekend, I guess there's some nerves, no doubt. For me, I always see these opportunities for improvement.
When I feel like.
Hopefully we win that energy battle.
We have a really good plan, and it's going to work.
We also have a very good plan.
They
For sure.
They don't have...
We do. Yep, awesome.
Marcelo did a great job firing us all up.
Somebody has to lose, someone has to win, but I know it's going to make us hungry to come back and beat them.
I want us to be the most passionate, most resilient team in the league.
Gonna get back. When I feel like. When I feel like. Don't give me when I feel. When I feel like.
I don't know what dirt people are digging up on me that they can trash talk me on, but you never know what people might find. Yeah, I definitely take pride in my fitness. That's kind of my superpower on the tennis court.
more superhero or supervillain?
I'm definitely more of a superhero than a supervillain. I feel like the villains in Intense are going to be off the court. I think some of the outside fans and distractions could be a make or break deal in this league. The fans have free reign here. That's what's so cool about it. You can cheer whenever you want. If they keep chirping, then I'm just going to have to raise my game and silence them through my tennis. We're going to have to really just dial in and focus on what we can control, which will be less than usual. Hopefully there's no villains out there.
Sam Nicholson and play for Jacksonville from Brighton in England, born in Bath. I got started because I had a lazy eye, my right eye, and the doctor said you need a ball coming at you. I used to wear the eye patch and everything to strengthen up the weak one. Fuel came early on, just enjoying running about, the feeling of exercise, and then later on is winning, is the joy, and I saw the opportunity you can get with college through tennis. And so I thought, like, that's a great opportunity, leave home, come to America, see what else I can do. For me, it's the first time here and playing for Intense. I'm grateful I heard about it. Again, it's just tennis opening up doors. There's no, like, I have this chip on my shoulder. It's, you know, I'm lucky to play tennis and I'm just here to win, really.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Intense Arena, where we are getting ready for the challenge team to take on Jacksonville in our first duel of the weekend. And we have to bring in Annabelle Thomas and talk to her about how Jacksonville has been preparing since last week when they had an incredible matchup with Atlanta. By far the match of the season so far and one of the standout performers, even though you all were on the losing end. I'm sorry, Annabelle, but your performance then. Annabelle, thank you for joining us. How have things been since that incredible match?
Sorry, JY, say that one more time.
Yeah, just how have things been since the duel you had versus Atlanta on the previous Saturday night? Really tough experience, but by far the match of the year, and your performance was outstanding. How has practice been as you've been getting ready for that?
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough match against Atlanta. Credit to them for bouncing back from the weekend before. But I think it was good for us to take that loss and go back to Jacksonville, train all together as a team, know what we need to work on, and then I'm looking forward to bringing it today.
So what have you learned from week to week? You know, each week we saw an improvement in performance. What about going into this week? What's been the focus in practice?
I mean, last week we did a great job of playing brave, playing with courage, and I think it's really just using the momentum when we have it. And we've worked a lot on doubles too. That's been something that I'm excited to play today with a new partner and the guys too. So it's going to be good to see how we bounce back.
You talk about playing brave and courageous, and you were definitely that with the way you were using your forehand. Is that something that was always a part of your game, or is that something that Claudio has brought in?
I think my forehand's always been a strength, but Claudio's doing a great job of reinforcing those strengths for us, reminding us what we're good at and just keeping us calm when we're out there, because sometimes it's difficult to concentrate with everything going on. So he's really just been helping us to play the way that we want to play.
Yeah, and I think what was really impressive, and we've heard you talk about this in the past, was that when the fans chirp you, you're ready to just raise your level of game. And last weekend, when you all played, you had the Atlanta crowd against you, but you rose up. It sounds like you enjoy playing in those kinds of environments.
Oh yeah, I mean, whether the crowd's with you or against you, that's the kind of environment that any player wants to be in. And the environment has just been electric, and we're excited to play a new team today and have that experience playing the challenge team. It'll be interesting.
And you have a new member of your team that is now joining you, Sophia Johnson. Mm-hmm. She is back from playing in the Wimbledon pre-qualifying and is joining you. How great has it been to have her not only here for the event, but also at practice?
Oh, it's been great. And as someone who's a fellow Brit. We've been really getting to know each other and bonding on and off the court, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how she brings it today, and it's just great to have her on the team.
Now let's talk about this matchup against the challenge team. One of the things that is difficult in preparing for it is you're not quite sure who you're going to be playing against. And so by the time the rosters are set, you don't have a lot of time to scout, whereas in the other duels, you do have the opportunity to prepare, strategize, and get ready. So what's been the conversation on, because you don't quite know who's on the other side of the court?
Yeah, I mean, we know that we have to be more flexible today because we weren't able to watch these guys play. They've had a little warm-up, really, being able to qualify for this match. So we're going to have to be adaptable. Whether we go up, they go up, we're just going to have to be ready for whatever, but also just stick to our strengths, do what we can on our side of the court.
2 points for a clean win. One toss, one serve. Once the ball is in the air, you got to hit it, make it, or lose the point.
The server sets the pace. Returners must be ready, and there's a maximum of 14 seconds to 2 points.
Hold 6 electric line calling will be overseen by intense officials.
At the end of each match, the highest score wins.
I like competition, so yes, I get a little bit intense. That was good, that was good. My name is Alejandra Cruz, and I will be playing for Team Jacksonville. I grew up in Mexico City. My parents, they don't play any sports, but my mom loves tennis. She really liked it. Next to the soccer field that I used to train, there were tennis courts, and my mom was like, oh, you should try tennis. I remember I love running to hit a tennis ball. I prefer that over soccer. I like more the intensity of tennis, just having that pressure on yourself. I also liked more like the training. In soccer, I don't know, it was too like repetitive. I like tennis, it's very like dynamic. So I started playing more competitively. Tennis is not that big in Mexico, at least when I was growing up. It's hard to find people that wants to have a competitive level, and tournaments are hard. When I was 14, 15, I have to move to an academy in the south of the country just to practice tennis with better quality, better coaches, better players. It's in Mérida, and the academy was called at that time Crédito Real, but now it's called TCP. I had to learn a lot of things by myself. It's kind of tough in juniors because you are doing this travel, and if you lose, you are out. You know, there's no like consolation match. There's no let's do it again or nothing. You have to wait a whole week to play the next one. So it gets kind of tough and kind of lonely. It was hard at the beginning, but it gave me opportunities. So I don't regret it. My best ranking ITF was 69 in the world. Juniors, I was number 2 in Mexico, like national. I won the J2 in Mexico in singles and doubles.
Welcome back, everyone, to Stage 3 inside the Electric Owl Studios, where we have the Intense Arena. We're getting ready for the 2 p.m. match versus Jacksonville versus the Challenge team in the Intense League. And we have a lot of new rules, a new format that everybody is learning, and we have no one better to talk about how this is going to impact everybody than the heart and soul of the commentating team, Luke Jensen.
I'm the bald component of this whole thing. You guys don't have enough bald people on this telecast, but I'm representing the baldness of what can be in Intense.
Well, everybody has to play a role, and you play a huge role. And let's talk about how these players all have their own individual roles in this different format, right? One serve, 14 seconds in between points. It's much faster, but some players are actually doing better in this than the traditional format.
I think it's the team component. You add the extra pressure. When you're out on the tour, you're playing for yourself. If you're playing doubles, obviously, you're playing with your partner. But in the Intense situation, you're playing for serious cash that gets you to the next tournament, that next ranking on the ATP or WTA Tour, because you're playing for your team here. So each bolt is so important. And how can I contribute emotionally? What has been the one point that every single team that's won has had over the other? The emotional point. So which team is going to step up when the teammates are on the sideline? Are you pumping up? Are you on the court and pumping your teammates up, and of course the crowd?
And then we talk about the format. You mentioned doubles. We have men's singles for 30 minutes, women's singles for 30 minutes, but then all 3 doubles formats as well for 30 minutes. But we've seen a huge impact with all the +2s that happen there, right? Clean winners +2. How important is that doubles portion?
Well, the important part is that you understand where you are on the court. When you're at the net, you're the offensive element. You can get your team right back into it. Because of the scoring format, you're never out of it. We've seen a team down by 40. They lost, but they lost by single digits. What does that mean? The last 3 bolts, those double bolts, men's, women's, and mixed, are so important if you want to get yourself in, or in some cases, pull away from your opponent.
And something that's very new here is timeouts. Coaches can stop the momentum, give their players a breather. How important has it been for coaches when they use that, and then also when they don't?
Yeah, I think it's so important, and we're going to see Coach Stokke use it because he's already been in the format. He's been doing the commentary. He's been studying. One of the smartest minds in tennis, and Coach Stokke is going to stop momentum runs before they get out of hand. And I think anytime you see a double-digit lead get out of hand, you call a TO or get a substitution right away. And who's going to move forward and execute with the overheads, the volleys, and the 2-point plays?
Now, you mentioned that the substitutions. How cool is this? Players can jump in and out at any point in time.
Disruption is really the key here because at any time someone can get hot. We've seen players get hot. So how does the opposition throw from time to time, sometimes point to point? Where is our hot player? Where is our streaky player? And how can we stop a run from the other side?
Yeah, and it's been interesting because now that teams are getting to know each other a little bit, they can scout each other. We've seen more chess matches, right? One player jumps in, but now the coach pulls him out because they know they have a better matchup there. So coaches have such a huge impact more than ever with how they manage everything.
And a tremendous amount of history. You hit it right on because you'll see matchups, and what matchups make fights. So you're going to see an aggressive player, and the opposition throws in a defensive player that's had a good matchup in the past. We've played enough bolts now, we've played enough matches, so we know who likes who and who has the edge.
Awesome. Well, Luke, we're going to rejoin you later on in the match. We're looking forward to it. When we come back, we're going to have the challenge team versus Jacksonville.
My nickname is AB, and sometimes people call me a beast. So that side of me comes out when I'm on the court. I kind of build up an engine and a love for fitness and training. When I was 16, actually, when I was training to go to college, I broke my leg. Yeah, I broke it on the tennis court, tripped and fell. That injury was a big turning point in my sports career because up until that point, I hadn't had any setbacks. Over the 4 months that I was on crutches, I would ride the bike for hours and hours, and the worries and the fears, and I just had to keep pushing on because I knew that I wanted to come to college and it was my goal. It was a real mental challenge. A phrase that I always remind myself of is a Japanese term called kaizen. Kaizen means to continually improve and to get 1% better every single day. And that's something that I really stand by. I had to constantly keep looking for the positive in things that didn't seem very significant. So during that time, I really poured my passion into fitness, and that's something that's a big part of my identity now. I came back after that injury being fitter than before.
I would kick Tom Brady's ass in tennis. I've always loved the grind. The harder it is, the more fun it is, and I'm competitive. My brother actually started playing tennis first. My driving factor was always, I want to be better than him, better than him. He was in this little clinic with older kids, so I would beg my parents to please tell the coach I'm good enough to play. The coach said I was too young for it. So I realized I have to be better. I want to play so bad. So I kept working, and eventually I worked my way in there. I became the best one there. That's kind of where I figured it out.
first time we're in this INTENNSE Arena.
Super excited about it.
Everything's neon, everything's lighting up under the purple lights.
It's like a basketball arena.
You feel like you're playing for someone which way bigger than yourself?
First time stepping on a court is going to be crazy.
There's definitely going to be intensity and energy.
Let's go! Coming in as a challenger and beating Team Atlanta men was something that I wanted to do all day. Shutting some of these fans up has been the best thing for me.
Yes, I expected to beat Team Atlanta today.
They just did well, and they played the conditions better than us today.
It was an intense match.
Maybe didn't go exactly as planned. Credit to Jacksonville.
Sam came out, started on fire.
Kudos to Sam. He started insane.
I just tried my hardest, and I got the win today.
Intense League, get there, get at it.
I was feeding off the crowd.
This is what, honestly, a lot of us tennis players and competitors live to play in.
That was the most fun tennis match I've ever played in my life.
I'm gonna get back when I feel like when I feel like when I feel like
Jacksonville will be taking the W today.
when I feel like
So happy, so happy. Opening weekend, I guess there's some nerves, no doubt. For me, I always see these opportunities for improvement.
like when I feel like
Hopefully we win that energy battle.
We have a really good plan, and it's gonna work.
We also have a very good plan.
They
For sure.
They don't have.
We do.
when I feel like when I feel like when I feel like when I feel like
Yep, awesome.
Marcelo did a great job firing us all up.
Somebody has to lose, someone has to win, but I know it's going to make us hungry to come back and beat them.
I want us to be the most passionate, most resilient team in the league.
gonna get back when I feel like when I feel like when I feel like don't give me when I feel like back when I feel like when I feel like
I like competition, so yes, I get a little bit intense. That was good, that was good. My name is Alejandra Cruz, and I will be playing for Team Jacksonville. I grew up in Mexico City. My parents, they don't play any sports, but my mom loves tennis. She really liked it. Next to the soccer field that I used to train, there were tennis courts, and my mom was like, oh, you should try tennis. I remember I love running to hit a tennis ball. I prefer that over soccer. I like more the intensity of tennis, just having that pressure on yourself. I also liked more like the training. In soccer, I don't know, it was too like repetitive. I like tennis, it's very like dynamic. So I started playing more competitively. Tennis is not that big in Mexico, at least when I was growing up. It's hard to find people that wants to have a competitive level, and tournaments are hard. When I was 14, 15, I have to move to an academy in the south of the country just to practice tennis with better quality, better coaches, better players. It's in Mérida, and the academy was called at that time Crédito Real, but now it's called TCP. I had to learn a lot of things by myself. It's kind of tough in juniors because you are doing this travel, and if you lose, you are out. You know, there's no like consolation match. There's no let's do it again or nothing. You have to wait a whole week to play the next one. So it gets kind of tough and kind of lonely. It was hard at the beginning, but it gave me opportunities. So I don't regret it. My best rank in ITF was 69 in the world. Juniors, I was number 2 in Mexico, like national. I won the J2 in Mexico in singles and doubles.
The loudness and the energy I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd.
Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see.
That's what intense tennis is.
Welcome everyone to the Electric Owl Studios, where global giants like Disney, Netflix, Warner Brothers, and many more bring their stories to life. But today, inside Stage 3, it's not just another story being told, it's a whole new chapter in the sport of tennis. Welcome to the Intense League. Hello everyone, I'm JYO Bonet alongside Jesse Levine, and I'll be your host for this weekend as we have week 3 in this bold new era where men and women compete together in a fast-paced format where in-game substitutions create a true team environment that tennis has never seen before. And coming up shortly, we're gonna have the challenge team versus Jacksonville to kick off our surge of events. But before we get there, we have to lead things off where fans need to look at the rules that fans are going to need to know as they follow today's action.
It's different from the tennis you're used to. Let's go.
Intense is a team sport. Each team consists of 6 players, 3 men, 3 women, roll on, roll off, substitutes all throughout.
Each Pro League duel is made up of 3 matches: men's and women's singles, men's and women's doubles, and mixed doubles.
Each match is made up of 3 10-minute bolts with shot clocks in use. Each team has 2 timeouts per match.
We have easy-to-follow numerical scoring with 1 point for a regular win and 2 points for a clean winner.
One toss, one serve. Once the ball is in the air, you got to hit it, make it, or lose the point.
Novich, Kellen Simmons, and Naoto Tomizawa. And now let's meet Team Jacksonville.
University of North Florida and Clemson University. And I played over 10 different sports growing up, and I could beat you at all of them.
Sophia Johnson, Old Dominion University, and I speak Hungarian. Viszont látásra.
Alejandra Cruz, Georgia Tech, and I play for Team Jacksonville, but I have never been to Jacksonville.
Max Benson, Presbyterian College, and I love bubble tea.
Martin Gutierrez, Barry University, and my favorite fruit is mango.
Sam Nicholson, UNC Wilmington, and I'm the first tennis player in my family.
Big South Player of the Year and the best trash talker on the team. He's also the national life of the party here in Intense Arena. He's the Jenga Ninja himself, Maxwell Benson. Coming all the way from Columbia by way of Jacksonville, Florida, a 4-time NCAA champion. Also the social media heartthrob known as the forehand guy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Martin Gutierrez. Next up on the squad from Somerset, England, currently pursuing a master's in applied psychology at Clemson University. She's consistently amazing as her competition grows. Annabella Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. Next up from Mexico City, having represented Mexico in the 2020 Federation Cup, famous for that trademark cruise missile serve, Alexandra Cruz. And last but certainly not least, all the way from London, England, a former top 10 ITA ranked player, a Hungarian with her background and hunger for wins on the court. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sophia Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our Jacksonville squad. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, our special team for today, our challenge team, led by our coach from Charleston, South Carolina, a former All-America at Duke University. He's a Blue Devil at heart, but an angel on the court. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jonathan Stokey. Next up, on the squad from Bosnia-Herzegovina, he's a genius with the racket and in the classroom as a member of the USTA Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We have Daniel Muninicevic. From the land of the rising sun, that's Japan. At only 17 years of age, he's an international superstar, an up-and-coming pro, and a tennis teen heartthrob. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Naito Tamizuwa. Right here from the A, that's Atlanta, Georgia, a master at chess and a master at devastating backhand. Formerly a collegiate freshman of the year is Kellen Simmons. Next up, from Orange Park, Florida, playing her first professional match at 14. She's a globetrotter and an ace starter. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Alessandra Crump. From Miami, Florida, tennis runs in her blood with a lineage of professional tennis players. A lone wolf from the Wolfpack at NC State. That's Adriana Remy. Last but certainly not least, once again from the A, Atlanta, Georgia, nearly undefeated in doubles play this year at Georgia Gwinnett College. She is clutch when it comes and it counts. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Cherish Henry. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for both teams.
All right, Jesse, there's our rosters, and there you are. Man, we're ready to go here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this match. You got a good coach in Jonathan Stokey out there for the challenge team. Let's see what he's got.
All right, INTENNSE Arena.
Yeah, he is ready to go. He's been talking about it all week on the strategies he has. He was studying Friday night, looking at previous matches, taking notes, even had somebody else analyze some of his matches. So it's going to be interesting to see how he manages all these new rules, the substitutions, timeouts. He's thrilled to get things going, but then he's got Claudia on the other side who has the experience of doing this when it really counts. And it looks like we are going to have Naoto Tomizawa, who's going to be starting it for the challenge team, and Sam Nicholson for Jacksonville. And here's the coin toss for the match.
Just as a reminder, play will always go on unless you hear the whistle or I say stop the clock. Challenge is the call, heads or tails? Heads is the call. It's heads. Serve or receive? Challenge is to serve.
And we're going to get things started here. Let's see, a little confusion on who's going to start serving as Jesse, it's very different here, right, to see who actually wants to start first with only this one serve, one toss rule.
Yeah, we talked about this. If I'm starting out the bolt and singles, I want to return first, just kind of put the pressure on my opponent right away to have to make that serve.
Yeah,
that's an early two-pointer.
Yeah, +2 right there from Naoto. It was very exciting to watch him go through the challenge series. We saw him come through it in week 1, but I tell you what, he looked like a completely different player already just a few weeks later. Very explosive as we see that huge backhand. So for those of you joining in, if you win 1 point, it counts as 1 point. You hit a clean winner, it counts as 2. But on the other side, Jesse, the marathon man himself.
No surprise to see Sam out there starting for Team Jacksonville. Look, he's been Claudio's go-to, especially in the men's singles. I feel like he's going to put him out there for the whole bolt. He's going to play all 10 minutes, maybe even consecutively. That's the way he's been going with it in the previous matchups for sure.
And it's worked. Jacksonville has won every men's singles portion of the match, and why not? You got to ride the hot hand right there.
Yeah, and the thing that I really love about Sam Nicholson is he's so solid, and it takes a little bit to get going, but with the one match that I did see him play, he kind of was uncharacteristic and maybe going for a little bit too much too soon, but this is the Sam Nicholson that we're used to seeing. He's not going for too much, looking really solid, staying patient. I know they haven't played too many points yet, but this is the way he comes out of the gates, and he makes his opponents earn every single point.
Yeah.
And right as I say that, there's my push-ups already.
Yeah, push-up number 1 for Jesse. So we have 8.5 minutes left in this first of 3 10-minute bolts. So the men will play 3 10-minute bolts. The women's singles will come up after, and then all 3 doubles formats right again. And big forehand right there. Challenge team, big round of applause. Going to be very interesting because Naoto back home has been training with Claudio. So Naoto came all the way from Japan to work with Claudio in Jacksonville, but He is now up against his coach, and we'll see what kind of strategies he gives Sam to work around Naoto's strengths.
Yeah, that's really interesting that he coaches him full-time as well and now up against him. So maybe Coach Claudio is going to put him to the test and see what they really need to work on when they go back to the training facility. But what a get there. There's a squash shot there from Naoto. That's unbelievable. Good wrist strength there.
Yeah, I think Stokey took all the players out for a paddle session last night.
No, he didn't. He wouldn't do that to the players before they're playing a big match like this.
I don't know. Jonathan, how you doing over there?
I'm loving this. This is so much better than commentating. No offense.
Well, we're having a lot of fun watching Naoto there. He's coming out on fire.
I love it. He's ready to go. He was excited all day. This has not surprised me one bit.
Yeah. What kind of strategies have you given Naoto as you've seen that, you know, you've been watching Sam, you know, he's been doing extremely well. Anything specific you told Naoto to get started?
You know, honestly, play his own game, but I've been surprised. Sam's hitting a little slower than I saw in the warm-up, which I like, and that's given Naoto a little bit of time get his feet wet. But Naoto's normal game from yesterday is the electric factory. I don't want to dampen him too much. I want him to go for it.
All right, well, thanks, Jonathan. Good luck today.
Love it, man.
And now Naoto was on the first challenge team that upset Atlanta that first weekend. That was an incredible performance led by Tyler Stice, Emma Burgick, but also Naoto coming in, having a huge impact, and so much of an impact that he earned the start today. So incredible honor for him. And for those of you looking at the bottom of the screen right there, if you want to have a shot against one of these pro teams, you can scan that QR code and you can sign up and you take on the challenge series. We have another one coming up next Thursday and Friday. If you think you're good enough, you can earn a spot on our team. (10-8) Jacksonville. Sam Nicholson serving for Jacksonville on the near side. Mr. Marathon Man. And now it's Tomizawa for the challenge team on the far side. He looks steady.
Yeah, the one thing that Sam sometimes can get in a bad habit of standing too far back behind the baseline. Really hard to kind of get those +2 points. And when you're playing against someone like Naoto who likes to play pretty aggressively, that could put you in trouble like that. He's going 5-6 feet behind the baseline. You just leave that opening for someone to really pull the trigger like Naoto is able to and capable of really firing away.
Yeah, and there you see. So that's Naoto's third +2. And even though he gives up that fault right there, only one toss and one serve, with his +2s, he's won less points, but he's been able to tie it. And it's going to be interesting to see Sam if at some point he starts to play a little bit more aggressive. He has the size, he has the power, but he does have a tendency, which does help him in the starter matches, to play steady. But with as explosive as Naoto's playing, it's going to be interesting. And just as I say that, we have our first substitution of the match. Jesse, I think you know this guy on the far side.
Yeah, Danny's really experienced, and he's a great player too. This is going to give Sam a completely different speed because this is Danny's first point, obviously, and he's been sitting on the bench a little bit. So now he's going to come out a lot smarter, a lot steadier compared to when he came out the first time for the team that I coached, actually. Because when I coached him, he came out the gates firing. I wanted him to do that because he started out the bolt that way. But you look at this. I love how composed he looks. We talk about, second time around, going to be much more experienced.
And we have our first timeout by Jonathan Stokey. For those of you that want to come out, watch in person here in Atlanta, Georgia,
a little bit winded there
scan that QR code.
Also, make sure that your followers on all of our social media.
Perfect.
Make sure you're
Hey,
also catching us live.
so you see, like, he's hitting a little slower already compared to the warm-up, right? You're doing a great job. Nothing net, nothing wide. Like, he came in just solid. So whenever you sub in, that's what I want. And then he just does something silly, right? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Catch your breath. You're going to be going in again in a second, but you keep playing hard like that. You keep winning, you get to finish it, okay? Love it.
Did the
All right, here we go. Out there, ready to go.
He sounds like he's been coaching this for years.
What's that?
Well, I mean, Stokey's a very experienced coach. I love listening to him. He spent a lot of time at Duke, obviously played there as well, and he's a very knowledgeable guy, so very analytical guy, too. That's why he's a good golfer. I didn't say that out loud, though. He's a very good golfer.
Here we go, kid.
He's got a little too much free time on his hands, Stokey.
Well, that's because his YouTube channel is doing so well. There's Danny's first serve of the day. It's always interesting, right, to how that first serve is for the player. There are no warm-ups for these matches. You just go right in, and then if you're coming in later in the match, you've had no time to work into it. And it's always interesting to see how the players manage it. But Danny looks very calm, playing within himself, not trying to force anything. Definitely a big effect by his coaching right there.
Yeah, I think, look, Stokey really is smart with that, with telling his players that when they get subbed in, the first couple points play really solid and try and make your opponent, you know, really go for more than what they're comfortable with. And that's exactly what Danny's done. He hasn't gone for too much. He's just putting the ball in, being smart about it right now. And Sam's maybe over pursuing a little bit and going for too much too soon.
Yeah, the challenge team has a 15-12 lead. Sam Nicholson serving on the near side. Danny Mubinovich on the far side. University of Texas San Antonio alumni, now living here in Atlanta, will be spending some time working with the Mercer tennis team. And he has decided to continue with his playing career in the summer in the meantime. Played in all the Challenge Series events, made it through in 2 of 3, and he is definitely gaining a lot of experience as he has now helped his team have a 17-12 lead, 2 minutes left in this first of 3 10-minute bolts. That's a good kick serve. Jesse, me and you got to hit
really
on this
serve.
court. We know how much these serves bounce, right, with the gritty surface.
Yeah, especially the kick serve. I mean, look, that ball really takes to the court really well, especially when the balls are a little bit newer. They're really jumping, so that's why you see the players going for that kick. That was a great angle there. You could see where that ball started, and when it bounced, it went a couple feet to the left there. Would have made it difficult for Nicholson, but nope, we got a new one in now in substitution.
Yeah, and there we talk about, you know, how hard it is to come in and hit that first serve when your shoulder's not totally warmed up. Max Benson in for Sam Nicholson. Jesse, I'm a little surprised. First time Sam's been taken out this early in any kind of duel.
Yeah, I think maybe Claudio wanted to give him a rest. Maybe he's been a little bit winded. But I don't know. Look, I think I see both coaches subbing a little bit here. And I love that when Stokey subbed in Danny for Naoto, it was a great change because completely different pace of play, right? Naoto was really hammering the ball at both sides. And you put Danny in, who's just getting into it and a little bit cold and just kind of massaging the ball, putting the ball in play. And it's tough to play against different speeds like that consistently.
See a little bit of that lefty to righty matchup. Max using that heavy forehand to get it above Danny's shoulder from way back behind the baseline. That's going to be a tough one. The screens are lit up yellow. We have 1 minute left here. Very steady tennis from Danny. I don't know if we have any minus points if you hit the court before it hits the net, but that is not a great forehand by Max.
we talked about that, right? If you're on the outright run in the suggestion box, if you just hit one into the ceiling or into the fence because you didn't want a winner to be hit on you, if you should be subtracted a point.
Yeah, the thing is, I thought Max was actually in position to actually get that ball played pretty well. So let's see the topspin lob winner. Nope, just misses it. Max, one of the best doubles players in the league. Great hands. He definitely wants to spend as much time at the net. Looks like we're going to have our last point here, no matter what.
He's going to go for a big one.
Ooh, did he catch it a little bit? He took too long there. Oh, just too calm. You know, Jesse, interesting bolt to start. 22-15 right there. You know, we're seeing a lot calmer tennis from these players. We've seen the week-to-week change and how they're getting ready, but the challenge team doing extremely well. Jess, let's take a quick look at these highlights.
Hey, look, I think Naoto started off really strong. He had a couple plus twos early on, like that forehand inside out. Caught Sam Nicholson a little bit too far behind the baseline, but really liked the way both teams came out the gates.
Yeah, Sam did a great job right there, you know, to get started, but Naoto, more explosive, great job there. And we see Max get in for the first time, but didn't help too much. And we're gonna take it down to Danny Muvinovic, who is with Luke Jensen right now.
Backboard, Danny, you did not miss. Coming off the bench, what was the mindset?
Just making the ball and playing 1 point at a time.
When you see someone like, and then they substituted to Max, a lefty, does that change your tactic?
Not really, not really. I have my tactics in my head, so I'm not gonna tell you the secret, but yeah.
Compare the last time you played Intense, how have you changed the approach?
Feeling definitely less nervous. No, I know my expectations and how I feel, so I feel great right now.
Congratulations, get ready for the ball. Number 2, men's singles.
All right, we're gonna have bolt number 2 coming up. So we have 3 10-minute bolts here. Just finished our first one. The challenge team making it through the challenge series. These players were not selected for the full-time roster. They are here to prove themselves that they are worthy. We had a week 1 upset of the Atlanta team. You would have thought that Jacksonville learned from that, but Jesse, Jacksonville is looking a little bit slow to get things started.
Yeah, I think a little bit slow, but also you got to give credit to the challenge team right now. They look really strong. Naoto and Danny really did a great job of starting off the men's singles bolts there, and now he's going back to his starter, Stokey and Naoto. I think that was really good substitutions on the challenge team's part, giving Naoto a little bit of time to catch his breath, and now he wants to go back to his key starter.
Yeah, so 22-16 challenge team on the far side. Naoto Tomizawa, Japanese junior who's getting ready for the US Open Juniors in a couple weeks, but he's a darn good junior because he looks like he's gonna be playing in the pro leagues very soon on a consistent basis. He's been spending time training with Claudio Pistolesi, who's on the far side actually coaching Jacksonville. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how Claudio manages playing against one of his students. Sam Nicholson, the marathon man on the far side, not having as much success this time, who's played over 90% of the singles minutes for his team, but they're down by 8. Looks like Sam's playing a bit more aggressive this time. Great touch there.
Here we go.
Claudio, how are things going there with Sam?
Right, great point, Sam. And the next, use your serve. Come on, you're getting back, coming back, it's great.
Claudio, how are things going down there with Sam?
Go, good return here.
(25-20) challenge team on the far side with the 5-point lead. Now to Tomizawa still in against Sam Nicholson. Looks like Sam Nicholson's starting to play a little bit better, Claudio. We see a timeout by Jonathan Stokey using the second one. Let's listen in to him.
Just stay intense, hit the ball, and just focus on that. Everything is coming back. It's a matter of few seconds. You are in the top of it, okay? Focus really much on serve. Use your serve. Make the ball jump. Body is good. Okay? Get ready first ball. Okay, I'm ready.
Claudio, how are things looking there with Sam?
He has to be more intense. Really, the right word here. It's a bit not intense enough, and I'm surprised from Naoto that he's make shots that are really top level.
Yeah, Sam, a little bit of a slower start this time around.
Yeah.
A little nerves?
That's true. Oh, it's now it's always. Now they switch. There's no Naoto. That is good news for us. Let's see. I don't know.
All right, well, let's see if this works out for Sam. Good luck, Claudio.
He said it's good news for us, JY.
Yeah, I mean, Naoto was playing extremely well,
Yeah,
so...
somebody make the call, he called the ball out. I mean, yeah, but the guy called the ball out.
Yeah, so it's 26-21. Danny Muvinovic back in for the second time. Second of 3 10-minute bolts here. The winner of the men's portion of this match will be taking home $4,000. So we'll see who can take home this portion. We have the overall dual match, but then in this individual match, the players are playing for their own prize money, Jesse.
Yeah, look, they got to be hungry, and obviously that's a lot of money in their pocket. So I think all the players really pulling for one another here, especially Kellen there on the bike getting warmed up. He doesn't know when his moment's going to be called, but it looks like he's ready to go at any time for Coach Stokey if he's going to put him in.
Yeah, very solid by Danny using this one serve, one toss rule. Very calm. He looks like he's starting to loosen up. Oh, just missed it, but he is loosening up.
Yeah. Yeah, the one thing that Danny's not completely comfortable with is moving forward. That's why I didn't put him in the doubles. He straight up told me, he goes, I don't love playing doubles. So I was like, okay, if you're telling me that, I'm definitely not going to put you in. Doesn't like coming forward, likes being aggressive from the baseline. And you could see the power that he can possess from back behind the baseline, but again, just didn't move forward. When normally, if he would have moved forward after that first corner, would have had a good volley to try and get a +2. Yeah,
and he's a big guy. He's got the size to move forward, but everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses, and Danny, growing up on clay in Europe, he likes to stand a little farther back, is comfortable working rallies. Sam Nicholson himself also grew up in Europe, the Englishmen, but they have a little bit more of an indoor hardcourt tennis there. And they do like the grass a little bit.
The one thing that I noticed when I watched Sam play is his serve really jumps a lot. I feel like his serve today, he's not being as aggressive. He was getting quite a bit of free points on his serve in the bolts that previously that I've seen him play. I feel like today he's not getting as much jump on the serve. He's just kind of putting it in, and maybe he's not feeling comfortable, or maybe a little bit of nerves starting out, but from the back you can see he's really starting to loosen up.
Oh, there you go, Jesse. You can take away that push-up of yours.
Yeah, from the back you could tell he was starting to get a little bit more comfortable, and there's a quick serve.
There's the quick serve, but I think he served it to the wrong side. He played a little too fast. He had a winner there. What happened here? Might have been the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. So he got so excited after that +2. So for those of you tuning in, you win 1 point, it counts as 1 point. You hit a clean winner, it counts 2. When you hit that clean winner, you got to go back and serve on the same side. Because if it's an odd number in the score line, you go back and you play on the add side. Total score is an even number. You played on the do side, so unfortunately gave one back. But yeah, let's see if Sam starts to loosen up a little bit. Definitely looks like it here court side. He's starting to lengthen out his strokes a little bit more.
I like that he tried the quick serve, but again, you said it, JY, he was almost, in the moment he hit that winner, forgot it was worth 2, and then went and saved the serve on the wrong side, so lost the point.
There's that jumpy kick serve. He's loosening up. Big backhand, +2. Sam Nicholson looking in the crowd, giving the thumbs up.
Yeah, that's more the serve that we're used to seeing. He can really get up on his opponent, and then he sets himself up so nicely to be aggressive from the baseline.
That's it. And there's another big serve, this time going for the body forehand slice serve, but definitely had some pace on it. It is now only a 2-point lead for the challenge team. Now to Tomizawa in on the far side. Unlimited substitutions for each team. Stokey trying to figure out what's the best format to put all the players in. Still, Kellen Simmons has not jumped in. There we see the 1 serve, 1 fault rule, but Sam is on a roll.
Keep it cross court but big. Nice and simple here. Hey, great work in there.
One of the things, Jesse, that Stokey is so big on is just the simple parts of tennis, not to complicate things.
Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like that was actually something that I told Danny when he started out, when he told me he was really nervous. I said, start with everything going cross-court. Don't even take that aspect. Don't even think about where you're going to go. When you know where you're going to hit majority of your shots and you can be aggressive, you pick your spot, really helpful to kind of settle those nerves. But sometimes you can open yourself up for a big shot like that. But that was an impressive shot there from Sam.
Yeah, big backhand, but I was impressed with Naoto's speed just to touch it to make it only a +1. That's actually a big save for his team. 34-32. Challenge team on the far side. Now still seeing if he can find that +2 himself. Sam's playing better. Jacksonville's catching up. 2 minutes left in this second of 3 10-minute bolts.
That's a big serve. Really good kick serve, but good touch again from Naoto. He's got some speed, JY, because that would have been +2 against majority of the players. Stokey looking like he's going to make another sub. He's got to tell the umpire before he does so.
Good job. You got plenty.
There you see the registration QR code for those of you who want to be like Naoto and Danny and Kellen, who earned their spot on a team today. Thursdays and Fridays, we have the Challenge Series. Naoto and Kellen and Danny, they all thought they could play at this level. They wanted to prove themselves, and they're definitely proving their level, as right now it is 36-35, 1 point lead. If you want to come out and watch tonight at 7 p.m., you don't want to go see Beyonce or the All-Star Game, you can definitely have some fun here at the INTENNSE Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. One of the most unique settings in tennis. Tell you what, last weekend was some of the most fun I ever had in tennis, and we're back at it. Danny Movinovic, third time in. Stokey is definitely using his substitutions over there.
Yeah, and he can get the sense when his players are getting a little bit winded. So again, really good sub. You saw when Naoto was coming off the side there, he was grimacing a little bit, looked a little bit winded. So great job there from Stokey, kind of taking notice of his players.
45 seconds left, tie game. They have kept Sam in, and why not? He's definitely playing better. This is the version they wanted, and he gives it back up. Push it for me. I have to give a quick shout out to those of you on Twitch watching us. We are paying attention to the stream, and yes, Joey, we will have an intense match one day in California. What city are you in? We'll bring it to you. 10 seconds left here. Final point for this second bolt. Had a short ball opportunity, passed it up. He's just standing back there. He's willing to grind. But see what Danny does. Both of them there.
I love how the music stops, JY, when the time runs out.
Oh, the
silence.
Big point right there to keep the lead for the challenge team, 39-38. Huge fist pump and high fives to his team. Jesse, we're about to get to some highlights here. They're hanging in there.
Yeah, look, it was extremely impressive there. Both teams, no really too many subs there for Team Jacksonville, but Stokey on challenge team doing some great job subbing in Naoto and Danny. So great job there, really smart stuff.
Yeah, and we're gonna send it down to Luke Jensen, who, even though they're only down 1, has got Sam Nicholson, who's playing much better.
I am with the marathon man. Sam, after a slow start at the 5-minute mark, in that bolt 2, you hit a forehand winner down the line that seemed to change everything.
Yeah, forehand's not always the one where the winners come from, so that was a nice surprise.
This is the first time you've gotten out to a slow start in one of these bolts. How were you able to pull it back?
I mean, last time I played, I think I also got a slow start. It's just, you know, we're 2/3 of the way in, and we're neck and neck, so yeah.
What's going to be the difference in this next bolt?
What's the word? Endurance.
Endurance from Sam the Marathon Man. Bolt number 3, men's singles, will decide it.
Let's take a look at that forehand right there at the last one. Hit it big, just missed it. But if he starts to connect, it is going to be very dangerous for the challenge team, because Sam's heating up, finding that ball in the center of his strings better. He's accelerating more. And this is where he finds his honey hole. He's got the nickname the Marathon Man for a reason, because he stays all the way through and gets much better. We'll see if we see any substitutions on the challenge team side, Jesse. They've seen a lot of movement. We're definitely going to see Sam stick it out right here.
Yeah, I think Sam's going to stick out the whole bolt. I don't see Coach Claudio taking him out, especially now that he's starting to feel it and get into his rhythm. I think Stokey's going to stick with his 2 guys for the singles. I don't see Kellen coming in for this bolt, but could surprise us, but I think he's going to go back between Danny and Naoto again.
Yeah, it looks like Danny is going to come back out, see if he can help his team win $4,000. Whoever wins this men's portion of the match, they take home their prize money. Women will get their opportunity in the women's singles portion right after this. And Jesse, it is a little bit of a risk, right, to put Kellen in. Now it's been a little bit too long since he's hit some balls. You can warm up as much as you want on the sideline, but there gets to be a point where you're just too cold.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's definitely been sitting for a little while, but I've seen Kellen play a couple times, and if you need someone to bring the energy and change kind of the momentum of a match, he'd be the guy. He really brings it out there. I saw, obviously, in the qualifying matches, you know, the amount of fist bumps that he gives and how excited and motivated he was to qualify for the challenge team. So I think if you put him out there, just because he hasn't been in this scenario before, he may be a little bit nervous, but he would really bring the energy when it's needed.
Oh, great little touch and great reach with the little flick. Sam Nicholson +2 with their first lead so far. We have 9 minutes left in this third and final bolt of the men's portion.
Yeah, Sam Nicholson showing off his hands on that one.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of his hands. We've seen his steadiness, we've seen his serve pick up, but we haven't seen much of that little flick right there.
No. And now he's starting to get some free points on his serve, JY, and that's what I was talking about when I've seen him play previously. He gets a couple of those free points on the serve. Now he's starting to put a little bit more mustard behind the serve and setting himself up well.
And we're seeing the Jacksonville team firing up over there. They're getting louder. They're now back into it. 2 p.m. start might have gotten them a little bit. Last time they played in the primetime matchup at 7 p.m. Had to get that early morning coffee. They're going now, and we'll see how the challenge team handles the energy from the other side of the court. Naoto is back in. He's got the energy, but Sam's playing even better.
Yeah, look, if you're bringing in 2 players like that with Naoto and Danny, and Stokey's got 2 different strategies for both players. Naoto's definitely putting a little bit more pace behind the ball, going for more shots early on in the rally, and then you got Danny who's just playing really solid, trying to wear down Sam. So I like it. It's almost a 2 versus 1 right now, but Sam is really taking care of business and being so smart out there. Like Luke says, he's the endurance man.
Yeah, Naoto looks very steady, using his legs extremely well, but Sam's just got a bit more power, so Naoto trying to force it a little bit more. Let's see what we have going on here as we have to get things organized, but 45-41 lead for Jacksonville. Sam Nicholson on the near side as Claudio is giving Sam some coaching.
Toss a little bit more to the right. Okay. Now we establish good energy. Now we have good energy. Better than before. You came back from 9 points down. I use his energy of these idiots here, but I just use it. You know, because I have to move the energy. That's now it's fine. So those slices, good idea. Just toss a bit more to the right. Okay.
Luke, what do we got going on there?
Jacksonville's getting really animated. We're talking the tactics and everything, but there's an intense fan on their side that wants the challenge team to win. Got the cowbell going, got the noisemaker, and really getting in the head of the entire Jacksonville squad. So it's been very interesting how Coach Pistol has been navigating the emotions on this side.
Yeah, that's one of the new rules in this format. The fans can scream, shout whenever they want, and so it can get into the players' heads a little bit. They're
darn
not used
right.
to it.
During the point, during the swing, during everything. And honestly, you just block it out and move forward.
Sam's been doing very well after a slow start. He's picking it up. Big forehand by Naoto, but Jacksonville still has a 4-point lead. 7 minutes left this final bolt for the men's.
Can you talk about the distractions there, Luke? Luke, you see that one? They did it one shot, and then the next shot they didn't do it and kind of messed with the head.
Yeah, there's a timing. Really, the fans are involved. When you're here on site, it's a special kind of magical experience because you're not normally able to do this. We just had the Wimbledon final, and the women, you can't do that at Wimbledon. Not at Wimbledon. But here, we want you to do it. We want you engaged. You're part of the action.
Yeah, I think Anna Samova would have loved a little bit more of the fans to help her out today. So
any fans at this point. You get double bagels. That's too many carbs in my diet, JY.
Well, as you look at me, I definitely stay away from those carbs, so no bagels here. There are the fans that are making some noise today here in Atlanta, Georgia in the Electric Owl Studios. Come on over, stage 3. We got another one tonight at 7 p.m. You can get to Beyonce afterwards. Start here first. Sam's playing well. Big backhand.
That's a big shot. Big shot. Big time. 33's on a roll right now.
Luke, when you were playing, how much was that open stance backhand taught? I feel like it's more of a modern thing.
Yeah, it is. Agassi was the first to really use it as a recovery tool to get into that backhand corner and then bust out of it. And then the Williams sisters took it to another level, and that's what you see now in development.
48-47. This is tight.
I feel like you see a lot of the open stance too with the average size players, like someone like Naoto, who's not over 6 feet tall, because they can really possess that power, especially on the forehand, and really be able to load up and let loose. He did that on that inside up forehand as well.
How about the jump backhand that Michael Chang made popular? That was always fun to watch.
Speaking of what Michael Chang can do, Luke, what I'm willing to see from the Michael Chang style plays the underhand serve.
Yes, the sloppy Joe. I love the sloppy Joe. Little cut, little draw. Very effective today when the returners are so far back, but you don't see the returners too far back here at Intense because they're trying to take advantage of the slower one serve situation.
And there you see Sam stepping up, big backhand return, taking advantage. Naoto with the size just doesn't have the big serve. You know, his game relies on speed and ground strokes, moving left to right. He's feeling a little bit of this pressure from Sam Nicholson and the energy that the Jacksonville team is giving them. 4 minutes left, 3-point lead. Jacksonville on the near side, challenge team on the far side, trying to prove why they belong here.
And I tell you, Naoto's got some wheels on him. Yeah, he's making some gets, and maybe he's getting a little bit winded, but you got to make that sub, and Stokey's doing a good job of noticing when Naoto's getting winded out there. Could tell that's like his go-to player, and then when he gets winded, he puts Danny back in, and then when Naoto's recovered, he puts him back in again. So he's still going with that 1-2 punch.
Yeah, we see Danny Muminovic, who made it through the Challenge Series onto this squad. For those of you who want to be like Danny and think you can compete at this level in Atlanta, Georgia, come on in, scan that QR code, open to all. Let's see who's going to be playing on the Challenge team next week. Thursday and Friday, we're back. But we know who's going to be here, never leaving, Sam Nicholson, steady as a rock.
Just like a Chevy, right? Steady like a rock. That's a Morgan Wallen song. I saw him last night.
Ah, didn't know you were a big country guy.
Yep.
If you're a Beyonce fan, you should have flown in. Could have come here at 7 p.m. and gone to her show.
I'd rather be at the Home Run Derby on Monday.
Ah, yeah, me too. But I know where all the single ladies will be.
Wait, the Home Run Derby's in Atlanta, right?
Yes, it is. Other side of town, though.
This is going to come down to the wire here.
Yeah, gosh, $4,000 on the line in these last 2.5 minutes. Good timeout by Claudio. Sam was doing really well. Let's see if Claudio's got some words for Sam to finish this off.
It's either going to be you or Naoto.
Stokey coaching up Danny. Claudio coaching up Sam. Coaching is allowed at any time.
Okay? Love it. Catch your breath.
Tennis action.
You got 20 seconds.
Be sure to make sure you slide out to the west side as well. You get all that amazing merch and back to session 3. What's this is Intense.
1 point lead for Jacksonville. Mr. Muminovic staying in on the far side for the challenge team. The women are warming up a little bit on the sidelines. They are next. $4,000 gonna go into somebody's pockets here, Jesse.
Yeah, I love listening to the coaches on the timeouts as well. Two completely different styles from Claudio and Stokey. Stokey a little bit more tactical and Claudio a little bit more motivational. So really good to see the different contrasts of coaching there.
Tie game. Oh no, don't want to do that.
No. Not at this time, Danny. You got to shake it off quick.
That's a big serve by Sam.
A lot of time left, though. 2 minutes, a lot of points can be put on the board.
Say that again.
Uh-oh. I think, Sam's looking at the crowd there.
Oh, you see that?
Oh!
You see the little fake? He was going at someone bothering him in the stands there, like he was going to hit it at them.
Gave him a little bit of a stare down there. These fans are trying to interrupt, but Sam is too strong. 3-point lead for Jacksonville. Last minute and a half to see who's going to be getting an appetizer plus a dessert at dinner with that extra $4,000. I think that was actually a good play by Danny to not block that back in play and give it a +2 opportunity for Jacksonville. Now to Tomizawa back in to see if he can scrap out 4 points. Tie this up at least. We haven't had any ties after matches, Jesse. Bring in the tiebreaker rule, but 5-point lead for Sam Nicholson and Team Jacksonville. Marathon Man might be clinching this one more time.
Yeah, now you can just extend the rallies as much as you can if you're Sam. You know there's only 30 seconds left in this bolt. You can kind of waste as much time as possible. Still have 7 seconds before he serves. Okay, now if you're Naoto, you can play a little bit faster, see if you can get it back as close to tying it as you can. But then you rush because it's something you don't normally do, and then you miss a serve like that. That's difficult right there. Now the bolt is basically over.
This is over. $4,000 will be going into the pockets of the men for the Jacksonville team. A big shot by Naoto. This can help him out in the overall duel, but it's still,
two-pointer.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to help too much as the men give the Jacksonville team an overall 60-56 lead. But the bigger thing is them winning that men's portion match, $4,000 going to them. Jesse, we got to take a look at these highlights.
Yeah, look, that was really well played there from Sam. I knew that Coach Claudio wasn't going to take him out. He's someone that plays, when he stays in there, the longer he stays in, the more rhythm he gets. And you can see him showing off the hands here as well. Really well done bolt there from Sam.
Yeah, he did a great job there, but great job managing the whole start for his team is Claudio Pistolesi, who's with Luke Jensen courtside.
Known as and respect as one of the best coaches on the planet. How are you able to keep your team focused, all the fan noise and everything, and get a victory?
But you have to use the public, you know, when there is this kind of people that, you know, you have to use them, you know. So the energy was too low. So also as a player, if you remember me, when it goes into the street fight, I play better. I rarely lose. So sometimes it's too calm. It's not good. You know, you have to move the water. You have to look for confrontation, shouting, and the energy level. I don't know if you know what I mean.
We're staying away from the fist fights at Intense, but it's close right up the fist fights. But tactically, they were changing a lot out there. How are you able to help Sam navigate that?
You know, I learned that you have to learn the level of energy. If the player is too low, you have to do something. You have to be theatrical. You have to be like, set up a show and fight, and then the adrenaline mount, you know, and then you have to use this. That's why he was able to win I told him, said, don't worry, I'm going to make a little bit of a show.
Okay.
Yeah, I told him, he knew it, so he didn't worry.
What about the women's bolts coming up? What are your thoughts there?
Well, we have a new player, Sofia, which is a great player. And first time, everything is new for her, but I want to give her a chance. I trust that she's really cool. She played #1 in our college team, and I look forward to see Sofia. And I have the great support of Annabelle and Ale, that I really, not only great player, but great persons.
Well,
the three
keep
of
it
them.
going, buddy. Keep it going.
Thank you. Thank you.
Women's bolts are up next.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at this match summary for the men's challenge team. Great start. Sam's slow start, 22-15. as they took that first bolt, but Sam started to get things going, found his energy, started getting into it with the fans, won the next two by 5 and 6 points there to give his men's team the win and $4,000. And when we come back, the women are going to have their shot at some prize money and help their team today. Women's singles up next.
I like competition, so yes, I get a little bit intense. That was good, that was good. My name is Alejandra Cruz, and I will be playing for Team Jacksonville. I grew up in Mexico City. My parents, they don't play any sports, but my mom loves tennis. She really liked it. Next to the soccer field that I used to train, there were tennis courts, and my mom was like, oh, you should try tennis. I remember I love running to hit a tennis ball. I prefer that over soccer. I like more the intensity of tennis, just having that pressure on yourself. I also liked more like the training. In soccer, I don't know, it was too like repetitive. I like tennis, it's very like dynamic. So I started playing more competitively. Tennis is not that big in Mexico, at least when I was growing up. It's hard to find people that wants to have a competitive level, and tournaments are hard. When I was 14, 15, I have to move to an academy in the south of the country just to practice tennis with better quality, better coaches, better players. It's in Mérida, and the academy was called at that time Crédito Real, but now it's called TCP. I had to learn a lot of things by myself. It's kind of tough in juniors because you are doing this travel, and if you lose, you are out. You know, there's no like consolation match. There's no let's do it again or nothing. You have to wait a whole week to play the next one. So it gets kind of tough and kind of lonely. It was hard at the beginning, but it gave me opportunities. So I don't regret it. My best ranking ITF was 69 in the world. Juniors, I was number 2 in Mexico, like national. I won the J2 in Mexico in singles and doubles.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd.
Let's go! I'm gonna keep burying you in the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
And welcome back, everybody, to the Intense Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, where we just had the men finish their portion of the match. Sam Nicholson once again leading them. But now we have the women, Adriana and Sophia, ready for the coin toss.
Or you hear me stop the clock. All right, challengers to call, heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads is the call. It's heads. Serve or receive? Jacksonville to serve. Good match.
And Jesse, we have two first-timers here, right? Far side for the challenge team, Adriana Remy coming in through the challenge series, and then Sophia Johnson, first official match for the Intense League. So we're gonna see some nerves here, at least that's my expectation.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's to be expected for both players playing in this kind of environment, definitely different. But again, you heard Coach Claudio, he was pretty confident in his player. Sophia said that she has a lot of experience and she played #1 in college. And again, this is something very different. You and I, we've talked about it time and time again. It takes a little bit of time to get used to. But again, if she's got the game that Claudio talks about, you know, watch for some big things from Sophia.
Yeah, and that's the tough part, right? Players can have a lot of experience with Jesse when they walk into this arena. The fans are so close. Stands go up, not out. You know, they have these rules, and you can practice them all you want, but until you get that real live experience, it takes a minute, and the clock moves against you, and sometimes you just can't get it back. And as the challenge team, Adriana gives her team a 3-0 lead to start the women's portion. For those of you looking at the scores on the bottom of the screen, looks like before we get to those scores, I think Adriana took a little bit too long. We have 14 seconds in between points. And so Adriana gets to experience that, and she took a little bit too long, loses the point. But for those of you who see the score on the bottom, so we have two things going on. We have the women's portion of the match now, where if they win their portion, they're trying to win $4,000. But then we have the overall cumulative score of the match. So the women are adding on to that to see who's going to win the overall duel. And let's take a look at that close call thanks to our friends over at Bolt 6. A couple inches wide, but still sometimes from the other side of the court it looks closer than you think. Jesse, I think you've made a lot of calls that look closer than I thought.
Yeah, come on now. Maybe a couple times here and there. But
yeah, I know what goes on at Gainesville.
Oh, you want to go there? Okay. That's why I'm not going to name names who I played at Florida State. They got overruled almost 3 times and got defaulted from the match.
Well, you were up like 6-0, 4-0. Like, I mean, they got to try something at that point.
Okay, so he's throwing the towel in or what?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you got to throw the kitchen sink, right? So, you know.
Okay, throw the kitchen sink. You got to call a ball that's 2 feet in out. That's throwing the kitchen sink? Okay, fine. Sure. If that's the way you're going to go with it, I'll go with it as well.
2 feet, 2 inches. It's all the same. Yeah, there you go.
That's too funny.
Sophia Johnson starting to play a little bit better here. Drinks for me, push up for me. It's number 2 for the day. 6'4" challenge team for the women in this portion. Adriana Remy on the far side. Sophia Johnson on the near side. Sophia from Old Dominion, great career there. One of the best college players during her time. Adriana, another college tennis player, NC State, ACC rival of ours, but you know, we never really got into them. We just kind of dominated that series. So, you know, she's a great person. We're good with her. There you see that 1 serve, 1 fault rule. We do not get 2 chances here, so you better be locked in on your serve. 6.5 minutes left.
Having fun with the cowbell.
He's loving it.
I know. It's so great.
And now that
I'll tell you who got into it. Danny got into it when I got to coach him there. He was getting into it trying to distract the team on the serve. Once they were doing it to him, he says, I'm going to do it right back to them. That messed with me.
Absolutely. That's what's
I
great
said, well,
about
you got to have a better poker face, though, because you can't show them that it's bothering you, then they're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, that's the tough part. You know, we have to be able to control yourself because you make it look like it's bothering you, and then they'll definitely do it some more. But Sophia Johnson serving up some better backhands there, 8-7. She now has the lead. Adriana loosening up a little bit, trying to go for a big +2, but didn't work out. And we see Alessandra Crump joining in, who did play for Team Tampa early in the season, became a free agent, signed up for the Challenge Series just like any of you can if you think that you belong at this level, and she earned her way back, and she wants to prove that they made a mistake by not picking her. Sophia, big forehand, trying to attack these. You know, when you have 1 serve only, sometimes you tend to go a little bit slower, and you try to attack, but just missed it there. 9-9, the women's portion of the match. Alessandra fired.
Crump's got game, JY.
Yeah, she's got big game. And she comes out firing, and sometimes she can misfire because she can get a little bit too excited out there, but when she gets going, she is tough to play against, and I think she took a little bit too long, and I think that's something that, you know, the coaches want from her, to be able to settle in a little bit, because sometimes she can have too much energy, play too aggressive, and I think she's just trying to find that balance, you know, as this is her 3rd week in a row playing in this format.
That was a crazy time violation, though. I feel like that wasn't that much time between points. Look, if you think about it in, you know, server's pace, 14 seconds feels like a lot of time, but it's really not. Once the point stops and that time starts, that went pretty quickly. I mean, she definitely takes her time a little bit with the bouncing of the ball before she serves, but that went really quick.
Yeah, and I think, you know, where traditional fans are used to things is that, you know, the referees in those traditional forms of tennis, they have more control over when that clock starts. Here, as soon as the point ends and the score changes, the clock starts automatically. So it is actually 14 seconds. For those of you watching the traditional form of tennis, if you're watching Wimbledon, they have a tendency to give them a little bit more time there.
Yeah, because that was close there too. She got that off with only 1 second to go. And you see a sub now for Jacksonville as well.
I gotta give a special shout out to El Pollo Diablo for joining us on Twitch, who's very excited to joining us for the first time. Thank you. Make sure you click that beautiful little heart right below the screen so you can hit the follow button. Annabelle Thomason on the near side, huge performance. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for her team in their previous Saturday night matchup against Atlanta, but she's been playing very well, does extremely well with Claudio. They make a great team, and she loves to play. The two words she uses, Jesse, brave and courageous.
Hey, look, she's someone that reminds me a little bit of Sam Nicholson, and you could keep her in for the whole bolt. She definitely is a warrior out there and definitely doesn't get tired, uses her fitness and movement to her strengths for sure. Doesn't have a whole lot of firepower from the back, but really solid. And then we saw in the night match against Atlanta that she hit a couple +2s that were really big, and she stayed in there, got majority of the playing time in those bolts.
Yeah, bouncing her feet there, missed that forehand, incredibly positive attitude, and you'd expect it from her, right? Getting her master's in psychology, so she's got that part down. She knows how to coach herself through the match. She uses those positive words of affirmation extremely well, and because of that, she is such a tough competitor. No matter how things are going, she's always going to play somewhat steady because she keeps herself in a great positive state of mind. Trading faults there. You only get one serve, 2 minutes left in this first of 3 10-minute bolts for the women's portion of the match. The men took the first one for Jacksonville. The women are playing for their share of $4,000 here if they can win this women's portion. But overall in the match, it's close, 75-73. That was a close call. Let's see what Bolt 6 has to say. Okay, I think that's out even in Gainesville. There's that brave forehand approach down the line winner, +2. Max Benson loves it. Jumps off the bench for his teammate.
Yeah, and that's the way that Annabelle can really take away your time. She steps into the court, takes your time away. And we talked about not having a lot of firepower, but when she steps into the court like this again, another +2. Yes, she does it. Really well done.
Adriana Remy in on the far side for the challenge team. Alessandra, I thought, played very, very well. Let's see if Adriana can now pick it up. A little bit of a slow start, and let's see how she does. Minute left, screens are lit up yellow. Annabelle's starting to play better though, so we'll see how things go. Adriana living in South Florida, training at Pro World, decided to take a shot at the Challenge Series here. Has been playing on the other professional tours after she graduated from North Carolina State. Family is from Argentina. Loves the Latin culture down there. Joining us here in Atlanta against Annabelle Thomas from England. Clemson alumni, big forehand there, just missed. Last point. Is she gonna take her time here?
Serve off.
Oh, no.
Get it off.
Nope, she's not gonna do it, taking too long. Ooh, that was actually pretty close. Yeah, they're gonna let her play through it. Claudio's not gonna be happy with that.
Not gonna be happy. He's not gonna be happy with that one.
That was close, so as long as that ball leaves the hand, they can play it. That was very tight, Jesse. I didn't think she was gonna get it off.
From my perspective,
start to play a little
that's what I
bit
saw.
better. Let's see what they have to say about this.
Okay, Annabelle, Sophia, please with me. Sophia, Annabelle.
Ah, boo, boring. We missed that conversation. But Jesse, let's get to some highlights here.
Look, I like how Coach Claudio started off with his new player, Sophia. She looked extremely impressive there for first time in this environment, but really good tennis there. Made one substitution, putting her his veteran Annabelle in there for the second half of that bolt, but it was really good tennis. Both teams making a couple subs.
Yeah, and speaking of substitutions, the man who's used them all multiple times is Jonathan Stokey, who's with Luke Jensen courtside.
I'm with the pretty boy. Coach Stokey, you did a great job. What was your philosophy going into this? You'd been doing the commentary, but now on the court, boots on the ground, you're substituting, you're doing timeouts. It's great.
I've been waiting for years to substitute and call a timeout, so that's one of it. We're trying to take our time, so we're trying to slow it down. You can see the scores are actually lower than the past, and we're just trying to play simple. They're doing a phenomenal job. We lost that men's one so close. Right there, girls, huge targets. Simple game plan. It's working really well.
What are you learning about your team?
They fight hard, and they're very adaptable. I mean, I met them 2 hours ago. I said, here's what I'd like to try, and they said, awesome, we'll do it, and they're doing it to a T. I love it.
Good luck.
Thanks, man.
All right, the next bolt's coming up.
All right, Jesse, that is the nickname of the weekend. Pretty Boy Stokey. He is never going to hear the end of that one. I love that one. But he's so confident. He's been studying. He's ready. And look at that. He's already coaching his team, getting them ready for the second of this women's singles bolt. You know, big thank you to everyone joining us on Twitch. We are paying attention to the chat room, so send in any questions. Make sure you click that little follow button, the little, beautiful little heart. As we're seeing a lot of heart from the challenge team here as they're trying to prove why they belong here. Naoto, Danny's second time earning their way here. Alessandra, third time here as she has had to play the first 2 weeks for Team Tampa, was not chosen to play for week 3. And she said, you know what? I'm going to prove to you all how much of a mistake that was. Comes back in, great start in her portion of the match. And now we have Adriana Remian against Sophia Johnson one more time. And we have the one serve, one toss rule.
That was interesting.
This is
that was good. At least she tried to hit it, though. She realized in the middle of the toss that it wasn't great, but still made an effort to try and hit it. Respect that.
Yeah, this is where experience does start to matter, right? For the challenge team players, some of them have not practiced or played in this format, so they came, they tried it out, they're here, but they're still getting used to some of these rules. And when you add in the nerves, the pressure, playing for $4,000, their fans, this is all very new, and so it's a lot of things for them. And when the other teams, now they've been racking up experience, practicing this is their full dedication, and we're going to see how that experience helps them get through today. Luke, what are you seeing down there as you see Sophia Johnson, but Adriana on the other side?
It's been so much fun to watch Stokey get in there and kind of work his magic, right? We watch him, we follow him. I remember when he played, and he's always had such a great temperament, and he translates that right to his players. And you see they're having fun, they're playing for money, and they just started to get to know each other 2 hours ago. So to be able to develop that team culture right away, to go out and have fun and absorb this intense mindset in this format is perfect.
Yeah, because this is so different, right? This is true team format, and the coach has a massive impact with all the things they can do to affect the players.
Not to mention the players on the bench. When do I play? When I not play? And he's been very good. I've been watching him communicate with his players. Be ready. I may throw you in X, Y, or Z, and letting everybody know kind of what their role is and what he's thinking about.
Yeah, he's been working with us in the commentating team for the past couple weeks, and I've been waiting for him to mess up so I can give him some hard criticism. But he's doing a great job. He definitely prepared today.
I mean, for Duke, he's done very well.
I do hear at Duke they actually do go to class. So
they have a library and everything.
(26-25) in the women's portion of the match for Jacksonville. Sophia Johnson on the near side. 87-81 in the overall portion of the match. Far side, Adriana Remy still in. NC State Wolfpack alumni living down in South Florida. Through the challenge series onto the challenge team. Stokey there giving some instruction to his team and looking like he's going to make a substitution. 7 minutes left in the second of 3 10-minute bolts for the women.
I like another sub here. It's hard to sub in somebody when you haven't played for a little bit and have to serve. So let's see how Alessandra does here. And that's what I mean, JY. That time I called it. I didn't. That's no push-ups.
So no, that's a minus.
Take away one because yeah, that could be a minus. Look, that was the one move the first time that we can give Stokey a little bit of a hard time, because you don't want to sub your player in on the service points, because when they've been sitting for a while, I feel like that's the hardest shot to hit when you've been sitting out cold for a little bit, to come in and only have one serve.
Yeah, the player I can't wait to see. We'll see when Stokey wants to put her in. Cherish Henry absolutely dominating performances in the Challenge Series. It was a little bit of a surprise how well she played, but she played so well. I wonder when Jonathan's going to put her in. But when you have Alessandra, who's got the experience there, Adriana with all the success she's had in college and the other professional tours, you can't blame him for the way he's handling this. But we'll see. They're down 6 in the overall match, 2 in the women. Sophia Johnson from Old Dominion still in.
I'm surprised Stokey started the Wolfpack player, you know? That's a big rivalry. If she was a Tar Heel, there's no way he was starting her.
No, no way.
There's no way.
It's the thing. Everybody gets along well with the Wolfpack. They got that name. They might have that bite, but nobody's really afraid of them, you know?
I hope no Wolfpack are listening.
I know. I'm going to be in trouble when I get back to the hotel later. Quick sub right there. You're on him back in. Big swinging volley. Huge come on from Claudio. Trying to urge his team to come on, pick it up.
Yeah, you gotta love the energy there from Claudio.
Yeah, good serve now. Track the speed.
All right, still going on. We got ball 2 going on. 19 left.
The full turning is so important. Full turning is so important.
Let's go.
Claudio, how are things looking there for Annabelle?
Let's get 10 points. Yeah, keep going. 1 by 1. Great. These 2 points you made, fantastic. Remember to turn. Yeah, this, yes. 36-30. Yeah, good toss. When you jump inside, it's always good. Okay, let's go.
We're going to be back here. Jesse, it's very interesting to see the different personalities from all the coaches. And Claudio, for sure, when he is locked in, and he just blocks out the rest of the world outside of these fences. You know, we try to talk to him there.
Including you.
Including me. The thing is, he's not speaking Italian yet, so he's not totally, like, gone there. Yeah. But he locks in. He wants to win so bad.
Hey, I love Claudio. I know he hears you. He just doesn't want to talk to you. I mean, it's all good. He's locked in. He's focused.
No, I mean, I love it, and that he brings that intensity into his team. I hear about all the training hours that they put in Jacksonville, and he works them. He wants them to get better. He wants to win, and that's why he's one of the best coaches in the world. He's never gotten rid of that competitiveness. You know, former professional tennis player, played in all the Grand Slams, played Davis Cup, played in the team formats, coaching as well, coached some of the best players. We see that intensity. He's loving how Annabelle's starting to pick it up. +2 for those of you just joining us. If you hit a winner, it counts as 2 points, and you got to go back and serve on the other side. Everything else is just +1.
That was such a good play there from Annabelle. Really good approach shot, but that was where the experience comes into play there for the challenge team. Definitely should have not made that ball and hit that floater over. Maybe missed it intentionally into the net to prevent Annabelle from getting that +2, but that'll come with more time playing in this format, and that's what makes it so unique.
Yeah, you know, got a big shout out today from a Twitch user right there. FSU Tennis, I had to have noticed that username, but they're loving the matchup right now, saying how this is more entertaining than the Wimbledon match. Not quite sure what happened this morning, but we're having a great time right here. 101-87, 102-87 now for Jacksonville, who is serving on the near side. Did you happen to watch that match, Jesse?
I did. It was a little bit unfortunate. Felt I was feeling for Anisimova there.
So got a question here asking why Kellen didn't play. Kellen Simmons in the men's portion did not play. And yeah, that's the tough part where all these coaches have to manage, right? Jesse, when do you put somebody in? When do you not? You have 2 players that have played in this format before, so it's hard to not start them. And then it went a little too long, so you can't put them in. It's tough.
I feel like Coach Stokey was also really happy with the way Naoto and Daniel were playing. If maybe they were a little bit off, I think definitely would have put Kellen in there. But maybe we'll see Kellen in the doubles, because I know Danny's really not comfortable in that doubles format. So I expect to see him playing in the doubles. Maybe he was trying to save his energy for that, but maybe we'll ask Coach Stokey that at some point when we get to chat with him in the match for that user.
Well, let's see if Stokey breaks your rule, getting a substitution in, Adriana Remy in for Alessandra Crump when they're serving, and she handles it extremely well. Annabelle runs around it and just tags that forehand inside in.
And Stokey looks a little bit frustrated right now, JY, because, I mean, this Jacksonville team is starting to slowly pull away just a little bit. I mean, it's been neck and neck throughout this match so far, but now in this bolt, Annabelle's again, that's another two-pointer there. Really good stuff, and she wants to keep going. She's rolling. She wants to play fast, and that's what you want to do when you're feeling confident like that.
So clean winners are worth 2 points. Last 50 seconds here in this second of 3 10-minute bolts. She loves to play brave. She loves to play offensive. And she is doing that today, as she is now giving her team a 13-point lead in this women's portion of the match and a 16-point lead overall in the team portion. $4,000 on the line for each portion of the match. So the women have their portion going on right now. Tries to use the slice backhand. Adriana trying to get the ball, getting a little bit quicker. See if we're gonna have time for at least 1, maybe 2 points. Oh, that's tough. You only get 1 serve. She misses it.
Just and Annabelle's gonna walk it off now.
Yeah, and she is gonna walk to the sideline, high five her teammates, take this lead to the bench so they get to rest as they take the lead in this portion of the match. Jesse, let's take a look at some of these highlights.
Yeah, look, I think both coaches doing a really tremendous job of subbing in their players. In each bolt, we've seen only 2 players going in. We haven't seen them go to a 3rd player just yet. So, you know, you're seeing Crump on this point here. She did a good job with a little bit of run. Then you see Annabelle coming in for Jacksonville, getting a couple +2s. So, really well done there from Team Jacksonville.
Yeah, great job from Team Jacksonville. And we have Miss Courageous herself with Luke Jensen.
Annabelle, what a nice little bolt right there. Coming off the bench, what's the challenge?
Just staying focused, and when you're off the bench, you almost have to imagine like you're playing the opponent, because you don't know who you might be coming in against. So yeah, just staying focused.
How different is it mentally when you see the other side subbing in?
I mean, it's a good feeling, but you can't get complacent out here. Every point is important, and we're just trying to stay on it.
What are your thoughts for the 3rd bolt?
Just keep it rolling, keep the energy, and have fun.
How do you do against the NC Wolfpack?
Well, I'd like to think the Tigers are better than the Wolfpack.
Oh, good luck in the next bolt. Bolt 3 coming up.
We see some of that college rivalry, and there's our team in the truck right now. I'm still trying to figure out, what screen do you guys look at over there? I mean, you got left, right, down, right. I mean, that, man, you guys make my job look easy. So thanks to everybody on the production crew there.
Thank you,
as we're getting ready for bolt number 3 for this women's portion of the match. Annabelle Thomas looks like she's going to continue her momentum. And Cherish Henry, all right, I'm fired up. I can't wait to see her play. She did so great in the Challenge Series. She must be pumped as she's bouncing her feet getting ready for this.
How about Annabelle giving a little jab there to the NC State Wolfpack, saying that the Tigers over Wolfpack. She fell right into Luke's trap.
Ooh, just missed that forehand.
Just missing.
And there's that good time for that sub, right? You go in as a returner, not a server. Let's see how she gets her first serve. Cherish Henry on the far side. Good job getting it in. But Annabelle. Ooh.
Yeah, this one, you got to miss this one on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, and I love Annabelle making that. Oh, wow.
Oh, just,
no
well, kind of listened to you, but a little late.
Yeah, at least she got a touch on that.
Got to use the dropper a little bit. Let's see what happens here. What's Claudia complaining about? No sugar in its espresso?
No, they're saying that they should have been 2 points. She didn't realize that she touched it.
Yeah, she touched. let's see. They're just going to get a little bit organized, get it together. And yeah, geez, that's one of the strategies that players need to keep in mind, right, Jesse? When they're too far on the defense, to just tap it and not give them a +2.
That she was on the wrong side because the scoreboard didn't give it okay. So based on what she was looking at, it was better. I say keep the point and just fix the scoreboard.
All right, well, we need a refresh. The technical timeout because they spoke and the draw.
There's our league official team there, Sebastian, Marshall, Jaume, making sure everything is in order.
49-37.
Give this an extra minute for Cherish to get ready here. Stokey giving some words of encouragement. Annabelle Thomas shadow swinging. She wants to keep playing. She's feeling great out there as she's given her team a 12-point lead in this women's portion of the match, trying to help her women win $4,000. Jesse, what would you buy if you won a share of $4,000 right now on the spot?
I would have bought my plane ticket to London yesterday. I had tickets to Djokovic Sinner.
Well, I'm glad you didn't go. That was probably not the most exciting match. I would buy some Pro. I would buy some, some pretzels, and I would buy some body armor. That's what I'd get right now.
Some pretzelized? Do you like those pretzelized?
Dude, pretzelized is great, man. I think, let's see if Cherish can get some of those, help give her a little bit of a boost here. 49-37 for Jacksonville. They got to get it going a little bit. We have 3 10-minute bolts for the women into the last one. So challenge team better step it up. If not, it's going to be $4,000 for the other side, Jess.
Look, $4,000 is a lot of money to play in 3 bolts. I think, definitely the players that have been in this situation before, having a little bit more experience definitely plays a huge factor here. And for someone like from Cherish and them that on the challenge team, they haven't played for that kind of cash before. So it's a little bit interesting to see who's going to be the gamer, who's going to come out and who's going to be clutch for Team Challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, another 2-pointer there for Annabelle. Wow.
The swinging volleys from Annabelle, just a great job above the shoulder, not afraid to come forward. And there's that brave, courageous game style that she loves to play. It showed up today. Let's see, Cherish is starting to let go a little bit, but we'll see. This is the scoreboard pressure that this challenge team is not entirely used to. So none of these 3 women have played in this format before. This is going to be tough.
I tell you, Stokey's rough, JY. I tell you, you lose 3 points in a row, you're getting on the bench. He's not putting up with anything. Anytime that Jacksonville's gotten on a little bit of a run, he's subbing out that player quick, not even giving them a chance to get any rhythm.
And that's the balance that coaches are trying to find, right? How long do you leave somebody in until they find their rhythm? And Stokey has been quick to pull the trigger. And, I think it's stayed in this match, but we'll see how it goes. Jonathan, how are you managing all these substitutions?
Dude, I'm loving this. I want to keep subbing everyone as much as I can. I'm like holding myself back, if you can believe that or not.
So are you doing it for strategy or just because you love the rule?
I do love the rule, but I'm just going with the hot hand. If we lose 3 or 4, I'm getting them out. You never know. Someone could come in hot. There's no reason to let someone stay in struggling, and also let them catch their breath a little bit.
Is this some of the formulas you learned in the libraries at Duke?
I do not know what the name of the library is at Duke. I did not spend much time there, I can promise you that.
Well, we know you spent a lot of time studying, preparing for this, so we'll see.
It's been a blast, man. I'm loving this.
All right, thanks, Luke. Good luck. Thanks, Jonathan. Good luck the rest of the way there. Sophia Johnson is in on the near side for Jacksonville. Adriana Remy on the far side as well. And that's tough. She's also got that Eastern type of forehand grip that struggles above the shoulder, catches it late. Annabelle, she's managed that extremely well over the past couple weeks. I've been really impressed. Let's see how Adriana manages it. Sophia Johnson's got a little bit more of that Western forehand, but that can be really jumpy on this court. She goes to the +2. Oh! I mean, it's the right play.
Yeah, that would have been the one. I would have missed it on purpose, especially with the lead that you have, but she got away with it. So well done there from Sophia. Adriana's going to want that one back. That was a sitter volley for a 2-pointer.
Oh, that's tough. 116, 100 in the overall score for Jacksonville. 56-44. Adriana serving. Sophia Johnson with the big forehand from Old Dominion, showing her why she was one of the best college tennis players during her time there and why she also earned a spot in the Wimbledon pre-qualifying. Joins us now for her first action of the intense season. Adriana trying to show her what a Wolfpack forehand looks like, but pushes that one wide, struggling with those above her shoulder.
Let's see if Stokey sticks with his 3-4 point rule here. He seems to be getting someone warmed up in the bullpen there.
Let's see. He's gonna give her a little breathing room.
Well, she just won that point off the fault, so let's see.
Okay.
Okay, she's back on track again, so he maybe tell the player to sit down again. I love it.
All right, let's see if she can build this.
Yep, a little bit of a run here for the challenge team.
Yeah, she's calm over there. Adriana is not flustered. Even feels confident enough to go for a big serve and just struggling with that inside-out forehand that is shoulder height. Annabelle Thomas, we see one of the unlimited substitutions being used by Jacksonville on the near side. Clemson alumni trying to hit that inside-in forehand. It's tough with that grip above the shoulder. We've seen it a few times for both players. And that one well. Good overhead, +2.
Yeah, wow. That was difficult too because she was backing up. That was really well done there.
That was a great overhead. Adriana did a great job defending it. Looks like we're gonna get a timeout. I think that's a great timeout.
But it's great 2 points.
No, it's like when they slice the backhand low, I think I just have to go middle or inside out. It's so tough to
Okay. If I tell you something you don't feel it, you don't have to do it. No, I just suggest. Here, I think it's more
I'm saying that was right. I mean, that gave me the overhead when I did it inside out.
Yes. I think it's more safe and you hurt her more because you have free the cross back in there, so you want to go inside out. And most of the time you put in the wrong foot, she's coming from there. Yeah.
I mean, they can still come back. I know we can win, but just...
Yeah, we have to need more points. Now we have 14. Yeah, let's try to get...
Every point counts, let's go.
Yeah, let's go, every point. Come on, jump inside, huh? Be ready, first ball, full turning.
Jeez, Jess, Annabelle sounded like the coach herself.
I know she was, but you know what? I love that about Annabelle because she's really analyzing this bolt really well, and the way she communicates with Coach Claudio, it's really impressive to see because, you know, sometimes you want the coach to tell you what to do, but if you're telling the coach the way you're feeling and the things you're feeling comfortable with, Claudio's like, hey, I tell you what to do. If you're not feeling it, don't do it.
Yeah, and what I love too is the recognition for them, the experience to know that even though this is a double-digits lead, the other team can come back. There's still a lot of time to play. They're used to knowing now that these single digits, you know, winning +1 and the +2s, that people can come back from this. It might seem like a lot for normal tennis, but in here, you can definitely come back from these kinds of deficits.
100%, and especially with both doubles left to play, and those are the points that are even quicker, right? So there's still a lot of time left.
Yeah, 3 minutes left in this final bowl to the women's portion. Doubles coming up next for 30 minutes. Big shout out to T-Quick 101 on the Twitch stream. Thank you everyone for joining us. Make sure you click that little heart. Make sure you follow us. We'll be back tonight at 7 p.m., tomorrow at 2 p.m. And Adriana, it almost looked like she wanted to catch that toss. Didn't actually. Oh, that was a great job for actually to hit it. But yeah. Annabelle, what a forehand.
Annabelle, I mean, she was talking to Coach Claudio about that. She loves that forehand inside out. It's really hard for her with the grip that she has on the forehand to really get it swinging cross-court. Just like that, that's the more difficult shot for her. But when she can kind of guide it inside out, she's got a little bit of that Bernard Tomic like side spin away from it. So when she hits that inside out forehand, it really tails away, makes it difficult for her opponents.
And that was one of the few backhands we've seen her hit this match. Adriana doing a good job relocating some of these serves. It's tough when you only have one serve to take risk moving around the box, but Adriana's serving better now. Big backhand. Team's fired up. Stokey's loving it. He's just totally calm. He's not flustered over there. Look at that. He's just loving it, having the time of his life. Wow, Jesse, look at this name we got in the chat. Fernando Gonzalez, forehand like. They've been watching tennis for a while.
Yeah, Fernando Gonzalez had a monstrous forehand, probably one of the biggest forehands I've ever seen.
Yeah, the way he ran around that, but Annabelle giving him a run for his money with the forehand approach and volley. Boom, +2. This looks like we have a minute and a half left to finish off this women's portion, and they are going to be able to take $4,000, the women and the men collecting checks on the Jacksonville side. The overall team match, though, is not done. You can get a lot of +2s in that doubles format with players moving left and right, but looks like Jacksonville will be taking a double-digit lead there. Let's see if the challenge team, Adriana and Stokey on the far side, can at least cut into it a little bit, make things a little bit easier to finish things off. Adriana looks like she's playing better and better. Unfortunately, she's gonna have to take a break as the men's doubles will kick things off. Last 50 seconds here. Jeez, good forehand. She handles that one so well above her shoulder. It is really impressive with that grip.
It takes a lot of strength, too. I mean, yes, with the grip that she has, but over the shoulder like that, I mean, Annabelle's got a lot of power and a lot of strength to be able to deal with that, so it's really well done. Now you're serving, and this bolt is almost done. Now, do you waste your time, or are you trying to keep building on that lead to add on for the overall score, JY?
Yeah, look at her taking her time. She understands her score line, so she's listening to you, probably mic'd up, and she's just going to take this down, make sure that this is the last point. Let's see if Adriana's going to rush it.
Yeah, not happy with that one.
Let's
She's
see.
going to try and get one more.
Nope.
No, she's going to bounce it too many times.
Yeah, and that's what we see in the challenge team. They're still trying to figure out this format, only 14 seconds in between points. Team JAX takes home $4,000, Jesse. They're loading it up in the bank. What do you think so far as we take a look at some of these highlights?
Look, I was extremely impressed with both players on Jacksonville there, and then we got to see the third women's player on the challenge team there, so good for Stokey for getting her in. But you see a lot of aggressive play there from Annabelle, and a lot of +2s at the net, that swinging volley there, some volley putaways, really impressive stuff from Team Jacksonville.
Yeah, and a really impressive performance for her first action from Sophia Johnson, who's with Luke Jensen courtside.
Sophia, welcome to Intense Tennis. What are your initial thoughts?
I think it's really exciting. It's a new way to play tennis, so it's something different compared to how slow tennis normally is, so it's really interesting to play for the first time.
Now, you're coming from a very good career at Old Dominion where you played team tennis and the intensity and playing for others. How does that translate to a quicker pace with the shot clock and the one serve?
It's definitely an adjustment, especially having one serve and how fast it is between points, but my team has really helped me get used to the rules over the past couple of weeks, so I'm really glad that I have such good teammates.
So you are British, and since it is like Wimbledon finals day and weekend, do you think Wimbledon is ready for intense tennis?
I think they are. I think some new tennis fans aren't used to how slow it is, so I think if they start watching Intense, they'll be really interested to see how different tennis can be.
So you will tell the king that it's time to bring Intense to Wimbledon.
I will tell him, yes.
Fire up. Hey, good luck in the next bolt. You got doubles.
Thank you.
All right, we got the doubles bolts. We got women's, men's, and mixed bolts coming up.
Now let's take a look at the match summary for the women there. It was tight. They did a great job, but we've seen Jacksonville once again, even though they got off to a little bit of a slow start in the first bolt, they get to the break, they get it together, and then they pick it back up. And that big second bolt right there, 28-16 for Jacksonville, led by Annabelle Thomas. A great job giving them the 70-57 lead. 130-113 in the overall as they've taken the men's singles portion, the women's singles portion, $4,000 each way. But now we're going to have the doubles portion coming up next when we come back to see who takes home the win for the day.
I'm gonna get back when I feel
Jacksonville will be taking the W today.
So happy, so happy. Opening weekend, I guess there's some nerves, no doubt. For me, I always see these opportunities for improvement.
Hopefully we win that energy battle.
We have a really good plan, and it's gonna work.
We also have a very good plan.
They do.
For sure.
They don't have.
We do.
Yep, awesome.
Marcelo did a great job firing us all up.
Somebody has to lose, someone has to win, but I know it's going to make us hungry to come back and beat them.
I want us to be the most passionate, most resilient team in the league.
Gonna get back when I feel
My name is Martin Gutierrez, and I play for Jacksonville. I chose to play Intense because it's that team format that I love. 2 points for winners. It just makes it more interactive, and I love the energy of the crowd. I started playing tennis here in Jacksonville. I was probably around 8 years old and worked my way up. I played at Barry University. I won with the team 4 national championships, 3 NCAAs. In matches, I definitely bring up the energy. I like to hit the ball hard, like to hit a lot of winners, run around the backhand. I came up with the forehand guy because I was coaching and playing. My favorite shot was the forehand, and then wanted to create a social media channel where I can motivate people, help people get there too. In all sports, I've always pushed myself to see how high of a level I can reach.
And we are back at the Intense Arena, stage 3 inside the Electric Owl Studios. We have a great duel going on, Jacksonville versus the Challenge team. We are down to our final 30 minutes, and we're gonna have our first bolt, which will be the men's doubles bolt. And we are gonna have the coin toss to see who is gonna serve it up.
All right, this will be the start of our doubles. Just as a reminder, if there's a substitution to take place in doubles, the new player that comes on must take the same return side as the player that is being substituted off. Challengers with the call, heads or tails? Tails is the call. It's tails. Serve or receive?
Serve.
Challengers serve. Good match.
Let's get ready to go. 130 to 113 Jacksonville. But the local favorite, Kellen Simmons, seeing his first action of the day. He's brought his family, he's brought his friends, and he serves up the first point, and they are fired up here trying to get back into this. You only get one serve here, and he is letting it go, though, so he's got that energy building inside of him. Let's see if that can calm his nerves down. Naoto Tomizawa, his partner for the challenge team on the far side. Martin Gutierrez, Mr. Forehand guy on the near side, partnered with Max Benson, the Jinja Ninja, with the hands right there. Oh, Kellen's gonna want that one back. He unloaded on it, but into the net. We have 3 10-minute bolts going on. Women's doubles will be next, mixed doubles to finish off. And this is the energy for Team Jacksonville. Martin and Max, when they get together, they can really light it up. Great touch, but on the other side, Kellen is for sure gonna either match Martin's energy or bring more. That was a good touch. At least he missed it. That was gonna help him. Good volley by Martin there. The experience doubles duo on the far side. It's Max the lefty gonna try to hook it in here to Naoto. Big forehand, but he gets that body serve, just gets jammed right there. Big come on by Max as he looks over to his team on the bench.
That's that lefty kick serve, JY. It just jumps so much on this court.
It's tough. Max has a very tricky serve. Lefties with that cheat code. I know a lefty I hated to practice against. You just, they slide it, and then they kick you. It's just impossible to read.
You hated practicing with me that much?
No, I just hated losing to you. So drills, I was fine. Points, I just hated.
But I told you from the start about Kellen, right? He brings that energy really, really big time to this stage, right? So that's the guy that you want that can maybe start that little bit of a comeback for your team. So I like that play from Stokey, putting Kellen in.
Yeah, so J.Y. Alboni here alongside Jesse Levine. We got Stokey using one of his 2 timeouts for the match. Let's listen in to him, see what he's got to say.
If you're struggling with the return, I want you to both be back. If you're struggling with the return, I want the other guy to stay back, so you're 2 back. What I really would prefer, though, is that you take the return early, and the person who's not returning is more like here. You guys are starting a little deeper, and then you don't have any chance for offense. So what I want on the return is smoke a return, net guy moves. Right now, we're kind of zipping, the net guy's kind of far back, and then we're on our heels, okay? So take your time, it's all right, they got off to a good start. We're all good, you got 15 seconds, then you bring the energy.
Jesse, I get fired up listening to Stokey.
He's made for this.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's made for this. Yeah.
Hey, you only get to cook one.
Jonathan, can you hear us?
I can hear you, Jay.
Man, you're made for this.
I love this. I did not like how that was going, though, and I did not like that return, so I figure, hey, we're not going to need the timeout in the 3rd bolt if we don't do a little better, so we had to stop it and change the strategy.
Man, you're fired up. This is your favorite part of the match with the doubles.
I love the doubles. I want them to step up on returns, and I want the net guy to poach. Right now, they're both a little deep when their partner's returning, so I told them to get a little tighter when they are the non-returner.
Stokey, are you ever going to put Daniel maybe in the doubles? I know that he's not so comfortable at the net. Would that be an option maybe?
It is an option if they're struggling for sure, and then also an option for mixed.
I like that.
I like you, Jesse. Oh, yeah, let's go.
All right, good luck, Jonathan, the rest of the way, as they have a little bit of a hill to climb, but that +2 is going to help them. 9-5 in the doubles portion for Jacksonville. Max Benson and Martin Gutierrez still in. Couple faults there from Kellen so far in this match. You only get 1 serve and 1 toss, and it's tough because in doubles, if you're going to get to the net, you got to be aggressive. You got to get those +2s. You can't leave serves hanging, but then you can also take a little bit too much risk. Big overhead, big come on by Martin. They're trying to pull away right now.
Yeah, this is a little bit of trouble here for the challenge team. You got Martin, who's hitting some big serves right now, really setting his partner up for some really good, pretty simple +2s. But again, you come back from a +2 like that with a missed serve, you can let the other team start going on a roll here. But doubles, you got to be so engaged because the points are just so quick. You can get 2-pointers consecutively really easily and really fast.
And this is tough. This is where you start to see the scoreboard pressure. It's pulling away a little bit. But Max and Martin practice in this all day long as a full-time crew. We have a little bit of a mistake there from the Bolt 6. We'll replay that point. But they're used to the scoreboard pressure. They don't get fazed by it. With the challenge team, they don't live in this, especially Kellen. It's his first time playing in the team format. Played in the challenge series, but in the team format, it's different. Tries to touch that one, did not make it a +2, but that is a +2. Great poach, Dr. Touch.
It's up to you. If you're ready to go, I'll throw you in if they keep struggling a little bit. If not, I can just leave it and throw you in for mix. It's all good either way.
I can do mix.
Okay.
You heard that, JY?
Yeah, it looks like he wants to wait on for the mix.
I'm telling you, I coached Danny like in that match against it was against Tampa, and I wanted to put him in doubles, and he was like, no, I'm not comfortable playing doubles. But you see there, he said I could do mixed. I think he's feeling more comfortable in this environment now. He's on the bike there, trying to get himself a little bit loose, so it's good to see.
Great little touch lob by Max. Big forehand inside out.
No, I think it was out.
No,
I saw the red light go on.
Yeah, I think that
good?
red light was a mistake. Ball was in.
Okay.
Yeah, so for those of you joining us, we have electronic line calling thanks to our friends over at Bolt 6. And if it gets too loud and you can't hear the call, we do have the lights flash red. I think that was a mistake when they flashed red because that was a huge forehand. So let's see what Jonathan's got to say.
Good job getting it back there. I would rather have them beat you down the line than let 2-point plays go. So I want, like, we don't really have a net strap here. I want you to be right in the center. So when you hit a good serve, I want you to be in the middle, tag a volley. Fucking tag it, right? Off the return, if it gets by the net guy, I want you poaching. I just want to see what happens if we poach for the next 4 minutes. I'll bet you we get a shit ton of 2-pointers, okay? So I want you to be aggressive and confident, right? Let's go.
113. Man, I'm ripping my shirt off. I'm grabbing a racket. I'm going in. I'm fired up.
I'm going to have to call a code
Wait till it goes to 0, then he's going to blow a
yellow card for the F-bomb out there.
Hey, so, hey, listen, ad court, he's going to hit this good kicker. He's going to try to take it early, and I promise you it's going to go right over the N and the E right there, and you're going to hit a great volley, okay? Come on. Get nice and close.
I've heard some of this coaching in his YouTube videos, but he's never been as fired up as he is right now. Let's see if he's going to call this play correctly. And that's what he wanted. He wants to force them to beat them down the line. He wants to take away the middle. And they tried to beat him down the line, but it didn't work out. 147, 124 for Jacksonville. Let's see what the ref's got to say.
8. 17, 11.
We're just getting reorganized.
17, 11, 17.
Yep.
Scoreboard was frozen.
Score.
That's a reset.
Come on, go return here.
11, 17.
124. 17, 11. Got two things going on. We have the overall match, but we got the doubles portion where they're playing for $4,000 for the team. The men and the women for Jacksonville took both of those matches. $8,000 went towards the Jacksonville team.
So they haven't put one return in Jacksonville since Stokey told them to start moving at the net, JY.
Yeah, that's the thing. Pressure from the net players is so important. The way they move. Kellen's heating up a little bit. The fans are heating up, sensing a little bit of a comeback. Oh, gosh. Push it
That's
for
hard. Look, it's hard for Kellen, right? He's getting fired up. He's in this environment. He's got his hometown fans cheering for him. You got that adrenaline going. You got to find a way to kind of calm yourself a little bit, not go for too much. But, again, he's really done a good job in this doubles bolt so far.
19-14. Only a 5-point lead in the doubles portion, but challenge team came into this with almost can't do my math, but over a 10-point lead. I can say that for a 10-point deficit. Martin trying to go for that forehand inside in. Now to Tomizawa serving on the far side. The best juniors in the world. Replay that
And now
one.
the umpire wants to step in.
Yeah.
They didn't do that when I was coaching.
Well, you were down by so much it didn't matter.
Yeah, but the ball is in to like 2 feet. Come on now.
It's over. We got to move on.
Okay, fine.
Challenge team still got a shot here. I know most tennis fans, they see what is that's a big deficit. I can't do the math, can't subtract, don't have the spreadsheet in front of me to use my calculator, but we've seen people come back from the
It's 23 points.
Well, you know what? You went to Florida, I went to Florida.
So. You know what I'm gonna say, right?
No, hey, sport management major, all right? No calculators
well,
used there.
You know what I was gonna say. I'll be nice, I won't go there.
Well, I appreciate that.
I think Stokey's laughing because he could hear us, but you know what I was gonna say.
Oh, huge forehand right there.
Big forehand there from Kellen.
Last minute and a half in this men's doubles portion. Women's doubles and mixed doubles coming up next. Challenge team hanging in, but they do have to get going a lot more because they're down in the team score.
Yeah, but this men's doubles bolt, they could make a real good push here in the last minute.
Yeah, I mean, they're fired up. They're building some momentum. Stokey got him with the right strategy. Oh, that was a good return, but what a move by Kellen to get over there. Does he touch it? Ooh, maybe should have taken the Jesse rule and just hit it in the ground.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to pull yourself back on a shot like that, JY. You know that you have a touch on it. You want to play and make your opponent hit that extra ball, but you got to kind of weigh out the percentages while you're trying to move at a speed like that. Not easy.
Thing too is you're not going to make SportsCenter highlights if you just hit it in the ground, right?
Yeah, I understand, but I mean.
Well, what's more important, SportsCenter or winning a match? Come on, Instagram follow.
Cash in your pocket, JY.
Cash in the pocket.
And that's cash in your pocket there.
28-18 in the doubles portion so far for Jacksonville, but 158, 131 overall. Huge forehand, but Max, he has some of the fastest hands in the South. Oh, that's just sometimes the hands are too fast. Big +2, big come on, Ninja loving what his teammate did there, and they're just gonna run out the clock.
No mas.
No mas.
No more.
No mas. Mercy right there. How kind of Claudio. Jesse, we're going to look at highlights, but they're going to be all at Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, look, the challenge team made a little bit of a push there towards the end of that bolt, but then Jacksonville just ran away with it with a couple consecutive +2 points. And definitely you could tell that the Jacksonville team has played a lot together, and this is something new for the challenge team. But they did a good job of fighting up a couple good points there, but too well played, too good of a strategy there from Jacksonville. Really well done.
Yeah, new for the challenge team, but two players that are used to all of this are with Luke courtside.
Yeah, we have the M&M brothers. Max, what a nice little bolt you had there. Lots of overhead winners.
I mean, the whole point in doubles is to be energetic and explosive, and that's all I was trying to do.
But at one point, they knocked you to the ground. You made the shot. You got back up.
I mean, it's not the first time I've had to hit a volley like that before, so I mean, it's muscle memory.
Martin, what makes this doubles team so good?
You know, we haven't been playing for that long, but each time we play, we bring the energy, and each time I think we're learning how to play together, and it just gets better and better from here.
Now you go into women's doubles bolt. What does it mean with this lead?
We just got to focus and keep on doing what we're doing, which is winning.
And Max, you get so fired up. I know you're on bench now, but you're going to take it to another level.
Oh, I know. You know me. I got to go again.
You can talk trash. Let's hear it.
I got nothing.
Women's bolt coming up next.
It's hard to talk trash when you're too happy and winning like that. They got a big lead as the women's doubles are going to come up next, Jesse.
Yeah, look, I think Luke put him on the spot there. He's trying to be professional. What was he going to say there? I don't know, but I thought he would try something. But again, well done there from Team Jacksonville. Luke trying to get something out of him. That was a good effort, though. I give Luke a lot of credit.
Max is just too happy. He just loves life. When you're winning, everything's going well. And let's see, Stokey's going to try to get his women's doubles ready here.
Yep, ripping, and then first move, I want you guys poaching more than them, period. Yeah. If we do that, look, we need some 2-pointers anyway, so let's do that, okay? Come on. All right, see if we can hype him up early saying this. If not, Mix is going to be a little exhibition, but all good.
Jonathan Stokey, former Blue Devil and Wake Forest coach, now joining us for the Intense League as the guest coach for the challenge team. We have Sophia Johnson and Annabelle Thomas in on the near side, and then Adriana Remy and Alessandra Crump on the far side for the challenge team, where they're going to need a big performance here. And that's a good stab volley right there from the Wolfpack alumni. Not a great serve right there to give it right back. Only get one serve and one toss. Thank you to those of you joining us on Twitch. This is our second of 3 10-minute doubles bolts. You see down there on all the scores. So we have the women's doubles portion of the match where, and not just the women's doubles, but the overall doubles portion. Whoever wins that takes home prize money. And then you have the dual match, the total cumulative score, where you have a separate winner right there. But Jacksonville dominating both. Sophia Johnson hitting that serve in the net, Old Dominion alumni. Now we have Alessandra Crump on the far side. He's trading some faults right now. Got to get it to going.
Oh, that almost hit her on the fly. That would have been a point.
That's a way to get a point. No, I don't know if that's something they practice very much.
No, I mean, definitely wasn't intentional there from Sophia.
Luke, things are getting a little out of hand from the challenge team.
Well, they have the right mindset to try to get some 2-pointers early by poaching, taking some risks, going for a little bit more than they normally would. But you're in a desperate situation. If you don't start off right now and try to get some of those points, you're going to be sunk. So I like the way Coach Stokey kind of put his team in the right mindset. But to me, I will still go to this great format. I love that it ends in doubles. These last 3 bullets, it's fast, it's furious, and there are ways to get back into it.
Luke, we're seeing a lot of faults right now. When do we go Michael Chang style?
That's right. But you throw those underhand serves in, now you're bringing the other team in, and they could possibly get some 2-pointers on you. So you got to be very careful. If you're going to hit it, make sure it's at least a decent one with some movement on it. The Hebrew Hammer, he's got a great sloppy Joe.
I do. I love that serve.
Oh, there, it's just unfortunate. I don't know if that backhand down line was on purpose, because it definitely kicked up out of her strike zone, gets a racket on it, and gets the +2 down the line.
The sloppy Joe serve it can be effective if you put enough spin on it, but we were kind of messing around, JY, with like the top spin underhand serve. You know, you can really put a lot of bite on it. We saw Kevin King tried that in the night match a couple weeks ago. That was interesting. Went in, and he did win the point with it.
It's all practice right there, right? And there we see Cherish Henry seeing her first action of the doubles portion. Did get in for the women's singles, seeing her first action for the challenge team on the far side. But yeah, it's all practice, right? And I think that's just one of the things that these teams are learning. What do they practice in this new format of tennis? And then just have to give a big shout out to everybody on Twitch watching us there. Don't forget to come back tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time, tomorrow as well. We have our final duel of the surge of events. Click that little heart, follow us. You get a notification every time we go live, just in case you forgot. Annabelle Thomas serving for Jacksonville. A lot of faults going back and forth. Nobody can really build momentum right now in this women's doubles. Oh, almost around the net. There's that forehand we saw. Hit a clean winner, counts +2, yeah, almost forgot. It's their first time playing in this, and that's what we're seeing from some of these challenge players. They still have to make some adjustments to the rules. Their muscle memory goes back to traditional forms of tennis. 5 minutes left in this women's doubles portion. That's just a big forehand by Sophia. She's loosening up. Her first action in the Intense League today, but she is showing a lot of comfort right now.
Oh, no, I thought that I had a chance at a 2-pointer, but just misjudged that lob.
Great defense. She's starting to find that inside-out forehand. Adriana is, but couldn't convert it into a +2 on the overhead. A lot of faults back and forth. Let's see if they can build some momentum. Adriana probably see a good kick serve here. Let's see if Cherish can then poach off of it. Just missed it.
That was the play. They listen to you.
Well, maybe one day I'll get my turn at being the guest coach.
Yeah. Then we can commentate you on the side.
Yeah, then
we'll get you covered.
Then you and Stokey or Irina, then you two can take over.
Yeah.
Good touch right there to save it. Yep. Cherish, the Georgia Gwinnett College alumni, just struggling to find that serve. She played extremely well in the Challenge Series to earn her spot on the Challenge team. Struggling a little bit today.
You see Annabelle moving at the net, sticking her racket out with the fake?
Yeah, I tell you what, that movement from the net player, it has a huge effect with that person at the baseline. Even if you're not moving, you can't help but notice in your peripherals.
Yeah. The other thing that we see in a lot of faults in this women's doubles bowl, but there's something to be said when you're serving with the serve clock, right? You see that time kind of clicking on the top of your head on the screen there. It definitely can throw you for a little bit of a loop. You're not used to seeing that.
We got a little bit of a timeout right there. You know, and for those of you that are interested in playing for Stokey, another one of our guest coaches, 1 week, you can scan that QR code. That'll take you to our challenge registration. Thursdays and Fridays, you can earn your spot through round-robin formats inside the Intense Arena here in Atlanta, Georgia, open to all that sign up. You think you're good enough? Come in, give it a shot.
I don't care if they beat you live. Whatever, it doesn't matter if you lose by 50 or 2. Get more in the middle. I would poach on every ball, and I would try to tag returns. Right? Like, if you hit a slow return, they're just going to rip the ball at us, and we don't want to poach on that anyway, right? So move your feet, go after the return. If she's returning, you're going to poach first ball. If you're returning, she's going to look to poach first, and we'll adjust if necessary. But we got 3 minutes, just see if we can get a couple 2-pointers to get this a little closer, okay? You be ready to come in right away.
Stokey, I hear you trying to tell him to get the poach and take the middles, but it's kind of hard with all the faults.
It's not easy when we can't make a serve, JY. I'm just trying to find a serve in the court.
It's underhand serve, man. Underhand serve.
I floated the idea. The idea has been thrown out. It just hasn't been received yet. You know what I mean?
Well, players got to play. Coach can only coach, right?
Exactly. I can only say it, but I can't do it.
All right. Well, good luck to you.
Stokey, you got to do the crazy Jesse subs in the last one. As soon as anyone misses, you throw someone else in.
Chaos substitution method.
Chaos sub.
A little merry-go-round, a little circus.
Yeah. You have them waiting on the side. We haven't tried that yet. You have them waiting on each side, and then have them go in on the same side so they don't come across the court, the doubles. They haven't made that rule yet. So you can have them waiting on the side and just come in.
That's next level. That's why you are who you are, man.
Yeah, I mean, Stokey, you got to keep in mind, there is a coach's bonus on the line if you guys win. You got to throw the kitchen sink.
I've been thinking about it. It has weighed heavily on my mind. I'm already figuring out what I'm going to buy.
That's another round of golf for Stokey if they win. There's another round of golf for Stokey on the Blue Monster if they win.
Exactly. Hey, Cherish, you're poaching. I hope you heard that.
All right, didn't get the +1, but the move helped there. Okay. Again, a little bit of a comeback here, keeping this just close enough so that they have a shot in the mix. That was close. Big shout out to Alessandra from Sweet Georgia Pete's. Thank you for joining us on the Twitch stream. We're in the chat, we're following you, so if you love this environment, click that heart, follow us. We'll be back tonight at 7 p.m. for our primetime match where Atlanta takes on Tampa. Marcelo Ferreira getting his team ready once again after a great Week 2 performance, and that's a great volley by Sophia Johnson. Miss Old Dominion there. There's the returns that Stokey wanted. He wanted him to play more aggressive on the return side. Big return down the line by Adriana Remy. Miss NC State Wolfpack trying to keep her team within striking distance, but we have 30 seconds left in this women's doubles bolt. Great move, just missed it. They'll take that. 15 seconds left. We see Adriana serving a little faster. We've seen her get a little bit too close to the clock in the last couple bolts. But this time she picked it up, made sure she got that, got an extra point, but still, Jesse, 53-42. 183-156 for Jacksonville.
Yeah, that was more of a dominated bolt there from Jacksonville. They looked extremely impressive, taking over with those returns just like that. You saw Annabelle dominating at the net, Sophia setting her partner up really well. But how about that? Almost around the post there from Cherish with a +2, but again, really well done from Jacksonville. Much more solid compared to the challenge team in that women's doubles bolt.
Yeah, and the team that's been extremely solid, Annabelle and Sophia courtside with Luke.
The winning team, Annabelle, outstanding. First time playing. What was it like with a new partner?
Yeah, I mean, it was different, but we've been practicing together the whole week, and I think it was good to just get used to each other's game, and I'm looking forward to playing again.
Sophia, you're the newbie. Okay, you played singles. What's it like now, the intense pressure, the timing to play doubles in this format?
Doubles is actually a bit easier because Annabelle's a really good partner to have. She's very supportive and positive when I play, so I think it really helped to play with her today.
You have mixed doubles next. What's your mindset?
Same mindset.
Go for it. Go for it. All right. Good luck to Jacksonville. Mixed doubles ball next.
Mixed doubles coming up next. The challenge team is going to need some of Luke Jensen's +2s if they're going to stay in it. They are down 30 points. Looks like Kellen Simmons is going to be in. Let's see who Stokey's going to put in with him. Might be Alessandra Crump, who didn't see any action in the women's doubles portion. Nope. Looks like it's going to be Adriana right now. And look, I think Kellen is the right guy to put in because he can bring the energy, he can bring the firepower. If anyone's going to get +2s for the challenge team, it's going to be Kellen. Near side, Sophia Johnson, Martine Gutierrez, the captain at the net, waiting to see what kind of return Sophia's going to hit. Great serve by Kellen to start things off. There's the poach that Stokey wants, just didn't do enough with it. Ooh, just clipped and went out. Martine, born in Colombia, came over to the United States, played for Barry University, started at the bottom of the lineup. There was talk he was never even going to be able to start in the lineup. Worked so hard, kept that chip on his shoulder, made it onto the starting lineup, and then ended up winning 4 national championships and went from the very bottom to the very top as their #1 player. And now he is the #1 energy guy, the captain, the leader of this team, trying to finish things off against the challenge team.
He's got a big kick serve too, DY. It's really jumping a lot.
It is impressive.
I tell you, this bolt is still alive for the challenge team, this bolt. Maybe the overall score may be getting a little bit away from them, but this bolt very much still alive.
Yeah, and that's where in the doubles portion, the team is playing for their share of $4,000 of prize money. Then you got the overall dual match. Even though the dual match might be out of hand, challenge team still wants to get in and be able to buy a little bit of a dessert after this performance. They're going to need to soften the blow and sweeten things up with something, so they got to make a big push here, finish off on a little bit of a better note. He's just so close to the net, moving left, right, it's hard to get it around him. Big forehand, just missed it. I mean, that's the strategy right now, but here's going to be the problem, right? High risk, high reward, but also could go the other way and things just get too far out of hand. 60, 43, 190, 156. Thank you for those of us joining on Twitch. Don't forget, 7 p.m. tonight. Send your questions in the chat stream. Jesse and I are following it. Big shout out to Mr. FSU Men's Tennis. Don't know why I remembered that username from earlier today. Hello to Sweet Georgia Peach. I can't pronounce that one. R-O-H-L-Y-F-E, Roll Life. Hope I pronounced that pretty well. Thank you for joining us. Third week of the Intense League. Trying to get things going here. This brand new professional league team format, men and women competing together. Jesse, we know that for professional tennis players to work their way up, it's basically impossible to make any kind of money. And so many players quit before they even start. And the Intense League, with everything they've tried to do, put up this beautiful arena to give more players a chance at being able to achieve their dreams, play professional tennis, and make money inside these lines.
Yeah, look, it's an incredible investment, and what an incredible arena to be part of and play in front of the live fans like this. It's makes me want to get out there and play a little bit too. Maybe I'll play on the challenge team one week.
I had my racket ready. I had my racket ready just in case. You know, we had an odd number of signups, but we ended up having alternates, so I had to put the dress shoes back on.
Okay,
and,
fine.
Yeah.
Fine. What if I sign up? What if I sign up in advance? Do you think I can play? Wait, I'll only play if I get to play doubles with Luke.
Well, you have to make
would
it
be
through
fun.
the challenge series first. There's no doubles in the challenge series, singles only.
I know.
I gotta ask, what's your world tennis number? What's your WTN, bud?
It's non-existent anymore.
Well, then I don't know if we can take you because, you know, entry does go by world tennis number, so.
Okay.
You gotta figure it out. Go play a tournament, get warmed up.
That back when I played. I'm showing my age.
You're a little bit of an old guy. You don't have the gray hairs yet, but we know you got the age.
They're coming, don't worry.
Alessandra Crump trying to fire that big forehand, just missing it wide. She's bouncing her feet. She's still playing for this. 5 minutes left. Sophia Johnson and Martine Gutierrez.
We got to see Stokey with the crazy subs now.
Yeah, as we were talking about that challenge team, you see that QR code right there. If you want to be like Jesse, have a shot at being on one of these teams. Are you registering?
Maybe.
All right. Well, look, I'll let you know if you get in or not. I might know a guy. Kellen trying to do everything, but unfortunately almost hit his partner in the back of the head right now. So not a lot's going right now. They made a big push there on the women's doubles towards the end. Martine, that was very kind of him, you know, to hit the overhead into the ground and keep them into this match. There he comes back. I think he doesn't believe in the mercy rule. Goes big +2 there, reminding everyone why he's the forehand guy. He's going to take some of this cash, buy himself some tickets to Beyonce concert tonight, and then probably go to the All-Star game tomorrow. But first, we have that 7 p.m. matchup, Atlanta versus Tampa, as Kellen almost took his head off right there. Still see the fist bumps. He's hungry. He wants more. Didn't see any action in the singles, but he is just hungry for more in his dominating doubles performance today. Great serve, big fist pump. Kellen almost took his head off, but Martine right now is just gonna shove this win right in. Come on, Stokey, we need some chaos substitutions. 3 minutes left. 204, 164. Let's see what happens.
Wrong server.
Wrong server.
Wrong side, wrong side.
Wrong side.
Yes.
75-51. Almost that +2 down line. Kellen, incredible job. In the previous challenge series, Jesse, remember when he was, he had like a 6-point lead in the last minute to qualify onto one of the teams here. Lost it, then lost the 3rd place format, came back, and then he was the one that was down in the challenge series on Friday, came back to earn it. Incredible mental toughness, and to get this experience, I imagine he's going to ride that experience into next week to try to earn his spot back, getting better each week.
Yeah, the more you play in this format, the more comfortable you get. What happens if you hit the coach on the fly? Kellen almost taking out Claudio on the fly there with that serve.
Well, we said throw the kitchen sink. It wasn't what I was thinking, but I guess that's one way to knock that team out and still have a shot in it.
Time is run out for the challenge team. I think Stokey should sub after every point.
Time's running out in this match, but everybody else, you can come back 7 p.m. Challenge team in Jacksonville will not be back tonight, but Atlanta and Tampa will. Marcelo Ferreira, he's going to try to light things up. They had the match of the season against Jacksonville the week before. It came down to the last point. Jesse, that was some of the most fun I've ever had around a tennis court.
Yeah, that was incredible. It was incredible. So fun to watch and just fun to be a part of, that's for sure. This one was actually pretty close up until maybe midway through, and now Jacksonville really starting to run away with things here. It's getting out of control.
The strength in numbers, the doubles on the court when you get into there. Jacksonville has been so good throughout this season. Marcel, what are you doing?
Look at him.
You're supposed to be, okay, I hope you're not running the production crew. You know, because you can, I don't think they can understand your Portuguese. Another plus two.
That's so
He's
good there.
Everywhere. Man, Martin, we got to see the stats there on the +2s at the end of this, because I think he's racked up the most today. Just such a big presence. Another one.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I think Kellen would actually touched it, but I think it wouldn't matter. This match is over.
Yeah, they're still going, man. They're playing fast too. I mean, you don't need to play any more points. You can just let the clock run, man. They're still going.
Let's see, is Atlanta's going to try to sneak in another point here. Might as well. And he goes for the ace, but that's just not going to be enough. Jacksonville, very close match in the men's and the women's, but we got to the doubles, and what a performance. Jesse, Martin really stepping up. Max did a great job there as well.
Yeah, look, that was well done there from Team Jacksonville overall today. Claudio did an incredible job. I mean, look, in that mixed doubles, you put Kellen in to try and bring the energy up, but it's tough to play when you know you're kind of out of the entire match here. So well done there from Jacksonville to really keep their foot on the gas. Not easy to do. Could have maybe eased up a little bit, but they put the hammer down, and that's for sure. It looked extremely impressive in that mixed doubles bowl.
Yeah, and I think this is what happens sometimes, is that, Stokey had some great coaching, great advice, but the players still have to play, and the players for Jacksonville with Claudio, they really stepped up. They got off to a little bit of a slow start earlier in the day, but they just stepped up in the doubles, and they've really shined there, right? Sam Nicholson has been great in the men's singles, but when they get to the doubles, when Martin's energy in there, both in the doubles and then the mixed doubles, they do an incredible job. It's just an incredible performance with a great leader. We're going to try to get Coach Pistol over there with Luke in a second to hear his thoughts, because he is just super happy there.
Well, Coach, what a nice victory. This Challenger team, they came to win.
Yes, just share with you what I just said to all team. Proud of them. Always a land to improve. First me. Every teacher never stopped to be a student,
There you go.
So I have to keep going. I have to keep going, but the spirit of the team today was the best.
Now, what do these players take from the intense format? The time clock, the one serve. How does this improve them for going back on the tour?
3 things. Second serve situation, of course, they manage one serve, obviously. They have tiebreakers, because 10 minutes, one ball, more or less like up to 10 tiebreakers. And you know better than me how important is the tiebreakers. To count, every point counts. You don't go back to zero, After every game, you go back to zero. You don't go back to zero here. Number 3, I take from Naoto, a player that I coach, he said, I feel I clean my mind. I think it is great expression to explain that no time for BS. Sorry for my language. No whining, no negativity, no crying.
No crying.
No crying. Stop crying. I have no time. I have no time to cry, no time to whining. Just be very practical. Go for it. Take the right energy. Take the adrenaline at the top. Big eyes, and fight every single point.
Every time.
Every point, every single point. That's what you get. They make better. Intense tennis makes player better when they go back to regular tennis.
Exactly when you played, huh?
Yes.
When you were balling out there on the tour. Back to you guys. Jacksonville wins again.
Yeah. Come on. Let's go for tomorrow.
Jacksonville wins again. It's all started with the men's first. Sam Nicholson with his first true slow start of the season, seeing his first deficits. but an incredible job to come back thanks to Coach Pistol organizing and getting ready. 23-17, really finished off with a great men's singles performance. And then we got to the women, and it was close again in that first bolt. But that second bolt, once again, the adjustments by Coach Claudio within that little break to make that adjustment, and that really gave them the double-digit lead. And we've seen how the scoreboard pressure, when it gets to doubles, can just be tough for these players. Then when we got into the doubles there, it was about to see, okay, who can pick up those +2s? And Jacksonville right away with the energy from Martine and Max. Martine playing every minute he was able to. Max as well with the men's doubles, and they just really pulled away to see a 217 to 169 lead. Jesse, you know, I didn't think it was going to finish off like this after what we saw in the men's portion.
Look, especially the way that whole match started, I thought it was going to be really close. It could have gone either way, but it was really when the men's doubles and the mixed doubles where Team Jacksonville really showed their experience, and it played a huge role in this match today. That's where they really started pulling away, and they're getting a lot of +2s, extremely solid, not giving any free points whatsoever. Stokey really did a great job with the substitutes throughout the entire match today, trying to get all of his players involved and keeping the hot player in, and then when they got cold, taking them out. I really think that he did everything that he possibly could, but in the end, it was Coach Claudio and Team Jacksonville that just showed their experience and showed that in the men's doubles and the mixed doubles that they can really pull away.
Yeah, and just a special shout out to Max Benson and Martine Gutierrez, who played. Martine didn't even play at all in the singles portion, and just comes out, and even though they waited a long time, an incredible job to come out and just finish things off for their team. Jesse, thank you for joining us tonight. 7 p.m. Atlanta will take on our host Jacksonville. They're going to take on Tampa. The winners, Jacksonville, in front of mine for me right now. Atlanta, Tampa.
Stand by your rollout.
7 p.m. See you then.
Stand by red, roll red, track red.